everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. And you know what's happening today and the last couple of days. Stocks dropping fast. Now what? Are you going to still invest in what you believe in? That's right. The SSN Now where we buy more. Never fear, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back to the Wednesday night live stream. And if you're watching this video and you can't chat, it's because tonight, it's every Wednesday night, that is, it's members only chat. You'll notice they'll have icons next to their name, and that's the only people that can chat. Meanwhile, everybody else can watch the videos. So again, I want to welcome everybody here today. And again, this past couple of days, it's been nothing but bad news for a lot of people that invest in the stock market. Some of us. Not everybody loses, ladies and gentlemen. Some people still have to win. And that's what we're trying to do here. We still are going to try and win. And there's always a winner's side and a loser's side. And then sometimes there's such a thing as patience or dollar cost average. And that's when if you bought a stock at a higher price and it does go down, then you buy at the lower price. So then that means your overall dollar cost average is lower. So if and when the stock goes back up, you could potentially be ahead for a lower price point. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen, in a short take. All right. So again, I want to welcome everybody here that's watching the Wednesday night live stream. And tonight, as any night, we can talk about anything that you want to talk about. But as you know, the title of this video is The Stock Market is Dropping. What are we going to do? And it's pretty simple. Whenever you invest, it's always a risk, right? No matter what you invest in. Even when you leave your money in a bank, it's a risk, but you don't think it's a risk. Because if a bank goes out of business, your money's gone. It's their money, actually. So same with stocks. When you invest in a company, stocks, if something happens like Hertz files bankruptcy, well, you own some shares of stock, you could get screwed. All right. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. There's always a risk. Just because over the last 11 years, the stock market has continually gone up. There's been dips. In fact, the most famous one is last year, around the time when the Dow Jones was around 29,000. And then all of a sudden it dropped to under 18,000, losing 30% of its value. But the question is, did you buy then? And are you going to buy now when it's losing its value? When the Standard & Poor, which is known as the S&P, are you going to sit around and cry? Or are you going to look at some of your stocks and say, you know what? This is bargain time. Well, it's bargain time, ladies and gentlemen. But before I get into bargain time, I'm going to talk about something else. There's something else because about an hour ago, as you guys know, I've been talking about real estate, international real estate. And in this case, it's Punta Cana. And as you know, SSN Nation, Stop Struggling Now, we always talk about how to make money, investments from all different asset classes. Not just one, not because just stocks, not just because it's real estate, not just because it's crypto, not just because you have a domain name, because most people don't realize that's intellectual property. That's assets as well. So I'm going to show you something that just came across my desk an hour ago from our favorite Punta Cana realtor, Andrea Rodriguez. She sent me over this today, and I could not believe what I was seeing. 10% off open house this weekend in Punta Cana, March 26, March 27, March 28th at the Cana Rock Properties. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with Cana Rock Properties, I suggest you familiarize yourself with it, and you can go see it at Cana Rock Info or canarock.info.com. They have about 6-7 different projects. These 3 days, you're going to be able to buy condos at 10% off. And they're waiting for you online and face-to-face reservations, as you can see here. And if you want to find out more information, all you have to do is hit me up at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. It's that simple. Just email me at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. And in fact, you know how we do this on live streams. What I should do is actually go to the ConoRock website. And that's what I'm going to do, because then I'll just show you guys what type of properties you can. And you see this correctly. It does say $99,000. That is a 1-bedroom. I already know about it. That's the Blue Marina. If you guys go back and watch my videos, when I'm in Punta Cana, I did an intro where I was standing in front of the Blue Marina construction site. They are basically put in the pylons. So that's all that's happened. Well, that was like 3 months ago. All right. But I'm going to show you guys the ConoRock info, and then we can talk about anything else. But we'll talk about some stocks as well, because, you know, there's penny stocks rising. There's all kind of things that are rising. So you got to be on top of it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go here. Let me pull this up on the screen for you. All right. So we can get to it. I'm going to close this one out. You can see some of the video. This is the ConoRock property. All right. I don't know which one this is, because you can see the drop down menu here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 right there. And this doesn't even include the Blue Marina property, which is the $99,000 property, which is in Los Corrales. And it's literally right in the middle of the little Los Corrales downtown area, where you literally can Google on YouTube and see the little fresh smoothie hut that they have right there. It's literally across the street from the smoothie hut that they have in Los Corrales in Punta Cana. So that's where the Blue Marina is. That's $99,000. This weekend, it's going to drop 10%. It's going to be $90,000 if you buy this weekend. All right. So also the rest of these that you see, ConoRock Galaxy, ConoRock Universe, ConoRock, all of those are going to be 10% off, ladies and gentlemen. This is incredible to me, but it's happening. And there's a person here in the Stop Struggling Now Nation that bought, and I'm going to pull this one up specifically because he bought it, ConoRock Galaxy. All right. And just to give you guys an idea, they've been doing this ConoRock for the last 3 years. He was lucky enough to get in on the ground floor. It was $230,000 for a 2-bedroom at ConoRock. Right now, the values for people that are, I don't know if they're assigning them or reselling them or what the deal is, but we're going to look at availabilities right now. Don't worry, we're going to get into stocks. Remember, we don't do anything short term here. So that's why I'm going to talk about this, because this is major. If you're looking into investing with no credit check, no qualifying, nobody can stop you except yourself, real estate, where all you have to do is put down 10% and then make monthly payments for 2 or 3 or 4 years. And then at the end of those 2, 3, or 4 years, you've put down 30, 40, or 50%. And now you will qualify for a loan because your loan to value is perfect. Even if you had bad credit, you would still be able to get a loan. And with this ConoRock property, what has happened is they don't have the prices. What has happened is that $230K condo is now $300,000. So he owes $115K, but it's worth $300,000. That is 30% loan to value, probably a little more, 35% loan to value. And he will be able to get a loan for that. And then you use you Airbnb it or rent it out, and you'll be able to pay your mortgage for that. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty simple. If you run numbers, it gets kind of crazy. If you have a note of $350 per month, right? That would be crazy. And then your HOAs at this spot is probably, I don't know what it'll be because it's on the grounds of Hard Rock, but probably $250 a month. So, you're good. You might be around $550, $600 a month. That's it. But what can you rent this for when you have your private beach club? You're right there next to the golf course, and you're right next, well, not next, but you're right within like a quarter mile to Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. You're on the grounds, so you don't even need to go through security off of the highway. You're already there. And so you got to go to the beach right there. So that's why the property went up to 300 grand, quite frankly. So, all right. I just want to show you guys this. There we go, out of stock. They only have 44 left. And they have some on sale right now. So that's why I wanted to see the prices, because I wanted to see if they're going to have the 300, they're going to be 270 now, or what the pricing are going to be. But that's going to be very interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you got that little tidbit here first. All right. So I might have to go back and look at, hold on real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to go log in because I might have people blocked. Let me make sure I don't have everybody blocked from being able to talk tonight, because I don't see anybody able to chat yet, which is unusual. So we'll see if I actually messed up somewhere. That'll be interesting. It's a first. But anyhow, let's get back to the stock market while I'm trying to figure this out real quick. I'll leave it on. Let me go scroll through for a second. The brochure is not right. Let's go to a different property. Let's go to the Rockstar. That should be interesting as well. All right. There we go. Okay, so we can chat. Moms Davis is in the house. Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. And of course, the icon next to your name. But it's more than that, Moms Davis. Moms Davis is a new member of the Stop Struggling Now Nation. Thank you so much for being here on a Wednesday night live. And hopefully we're going to bring you some additional value. Victor Marrero's in the house. And by the way, he's the person that I was speaking of who actually bought at the Kana Rock Galaxy. So he's ready to go as usual. Hi, Eric. Everyone ready to go. Victor Marrero's in the house. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So I know that's working now, so I don't have to worry about anything. And thank you so much, Moms Davis. Again, welcome to the SSN Nation. And hopefully you're going to receive some value about what we're talking about. So get your pen, paper, and pad ready, everybody who's on the stream right now. But first things first, smash those like buttons, because the YouTube algorithm needs to know we're hot and live and ready, and they need to find out about SSN Nation, because there's lots of people who help drop gems on these live streams. All right, so let's talk about stocks to begin with. All right, because a lot of people may be panicking right now. And speaking of panicking, there are people who actually are able to borrow against their assets. The assets meaning stocks. So again, it's called margin. So you can actually borrow, no credit check, no nothing, against your assets. So that's why you should be investing right now. The old game, the old credit game, where we were sitting there, getting your credit report right, trying to change it, make sure you're within the parameters of the debt utilization, making sure you do on-time payments, all that, and accumulating credit to boot, meaning you're paying sometimes interest on money. In fact, you could have just flipped it. And imagine if they told you when you were 15, 16, 17, 18, forget credit, just invest all your money in stocks, and then you'll be able to borrow against your assets. Well, that's the danger part right there. That's why they don't tell you, is because what'll happen is if you had I'll use a simple scenario, a $10,000 portfolio, and you said, hey, I'm going to borrow 30%, and now 30% is collateralized. And if the stock went down 10% and it went down to 9,000, you're going to have to add some more money to keep that 30% collateralization going. And you'll get a phone call or an email saying, hey, you need to add some more money. And if you don't add any more money within 24, 48 hours, they're going to sell your assets to cover that collateralization of 30%. So you have to understand that is the risk. And that's why there's a lot of people people panicking right now because 2 days in a row of 5%, 10% drop total means margins are being called. And that exasperates the stock market because they're getting liquidated at the lower price. So more lower price shares are on the market, and whose people are buying them at the lower price. And so this trend could continue because a lot of people believe the stock market just keeps going up and up and up. But we all know that's not the case. All right. So that's what you got to worry about. And that's what you're here for tonight, because what are we going to talk about is you got to buy more. That's the theme. Buy more. Jonathan, welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. The icon, stocks and crypto. Exactly. We can get into crypto as well because I don't know what happened with crypto today, but I have a feeling it moved just like the stock market, because apparently the top 10%ers have been investing in crypto the whole time, trying to tell you not to do it. And what's happening, if the stock market and crypto is moving the same way, that tells me that a lot of institutional investors have money in the crypto market. That's all that means, because it's the people's money. And what should be happening is the reverse, in my opinion. If the stock market drops, crypto should be going up. And if it's going and moving with the same rate as stocks are, if it's dropping 3%, 4%, 5%, we're going to look at it. In fact, I should pull it up. Moms Davis, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. 10% discount for Galaxy. Amazing opportunity. You already have a huge equity by the time you sign a contract. I promise you. Exactly. Exactly, Victor Marrero. I might be joining the Connor Rock property, because I just found I'm going to actually do a video tomorrow about it, but I'm just going to tell people right now. I just found out tonight that Connor Rock has properties that will not be finished. I'll be able to get the Victor Marrero deal where I won't have to finance it for 3 years. They're not going to have things done for 2024 and 2025, but I didn't have enough time to find out which properties they were. So I might be joining that Connor Rock family because, man, I love the Hard Rock property, and the fact that they actually have condos on the property that's not part of the all-inclusive, that's opportunity knocks. And, man, the sands, as Victor Marrero can attest to, if you ever been to the Hard Rock and go out to the beach, flour, powdery sand. It's not the calm beach like at Juanillo Beach at Capcana, but it's still a cool ass beach. All right. So now, Jonathan, talking about crypto for a second. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna stop talking about stocks right now, but the same rules apply, ladies and gentlemen. Same rules are gonna apply. And before I get there, let me put this on screen. Before I get there, the same rules apply with crypto. Same rules apply with real estate. Same rules apply with gold, silver, and precious metals. Same rules apply. If the real estate goes down, you should try to buy more. Just like right now, what we're trying to do at Punta Cana is, while they, like Victor Marrero just said, in real estate, if they're going to give us 10% off, we know for a fact that the Connor Rock Galaxy is worth $300K for a 2-bedroom. You're telling me I'm going to be able to buy one for $270 in the next 3 days? Or maybe even less, depending on which units available or left? That is remarkable to me. Now, granted, the Galaxy, I believe, is going to be done this year, though. But the same rule is going to apply. If that type of appreciation happened over 3 years, and let's just call it what it is, he's gained like $20,000 of equity in 3 years while he was paying at 0% interest. And now his like I said, his loan to value is 35%. So now he can probably get a loan from a lot of places and then just sit back and use his $115K cash to make additional money annually. Or now even get another unit if he wanted to. This is crazy. But anyhow, let's get on with the prices here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go see what the crypto markets have done. Oh, they've changed their website a little bit. All right, I'm at Coinbase. Here we are. Market is down 2.23%. I didn't want to see that, but just like I said, Bitcoin is at 52,000. That's very interesting. Ethereum is down to under 1,600. It's dropped all across the board. This is crazy because, again, crypto is not supposed to be the stock market, but you're seeing movements like when the stock market goes down, you have to understand there's a correlation. When the stock market goes down, the correlation is people start getting liquidated or they panic sell, and then they try to put their money into other assets. It used to be they would put it into gold, silver, precious metals because there wasn't any crypto at the time until 2008, 2009. Before that, people would take money out of the stock market and go, okay, what's stable? Stable is real estate. Stable is gold, silver, precious metals. They would leave it there. But now, look at crypto going down with the stock market, which means people are liquidating both. But there's something to say about crypto as well, because crypto is being treated like stocks. What I mean by that, I can go to Celsius. And by the way, get your free $10 of Coinbase down below using my link in the description. And the other thing is get your free shares of stock from Robinhood and Webull. I have links down below in the description. The meaning, what I mean by they're using the crypto like stocks is the fact that, again, remember that margin I was talking about earlier? If I had $10,000 worth of crypto, I can borrow against the crypto. If you would have seen the last video where I talked about salt lending, you can borrow 30 to 70% of your crypto assets. So the stock market moves down. Like, I don't know what the, let's go back up here. I don't know what Bitcoin was yesterday, but let me go. Let's go see how far it moved. Oh, wait, let's see. I got to go to Bitcoin. But what I'm trying to say is they're using it as collateral against their assets to get loans. Just like at Celsius Network, I have a link down below. You can borrow 10%. No, I don't have that correct. It's 25%, and you receive 1% loan. That's right. You heard me. A 1% loan for borrowing 25% or less against your assets. That's major. And so now, again, if you have crypto going down, people have to either sell or they're getting their margin call and they're saying, hey, you're not 25% anymore. It went down like $4,000. So now that 2%, it matters. So you need to add on an extra $1,000 or an extra $500 like tomorrow. And again, if you don't, then they have to sell it. And they're not selling it at the price you bought it at. If you bought it 56 and it's now 52, they're going to sell it at 52. Or for that matter, they might sell it for whoever wants to give them 48 for it, which exasperates the downward spiral, similar to the GameStop scenario. All right. So this is what you have to think about. The crypto markets are acting just like a stock market, which, like I said, I'm not very happy about that personally. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we got. John Ruck is in the house on a Wednesday night live. And once again, he made a donation. Thank you so much, John Ruck, for another donation on the Wednesday night live. I appreciate it. I humbly appreciate you with the donation and your support for being a member. Thank you so much. Might as well be a member. I pay super chats blocked. Right. There you go, man. We can't do. In fact, I'm going to have to check that out. I've never seen where if somebody actually pays super chats, if they're able to get into, there's no option in the back office to allow me to have, well, maybe there is. Maybe I can put in people who I can allow, which would be a pretty good thing. I like that because now you just gave me that perfect idea. Hey, you did a super chat in the last week or two, then you get to also be on the member live chats. I like that. You just gave us a good idea, John Ruck. Appreciate it. Diversification is key. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose, but keep adding money. Same amount every week into ETFs has helped me get there. Victor Marrero giving some wise advice, some great advice. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long game. It's not the short game. It's a long game. So if you even had, like I always use the analogy, how many of you today said, you know what, I'm going down here to buy a combo meal for $6, $7? How many of you went out here and bought a pizza for 12, 15, 20 bucks? How many of you went to Starbucks and came back to the office with 4 or 5 people and you said, I got you, and it's like $40? How many of you use Uber, DoorDash, and had food delivered tonight and you didn't mind paying that extra $10, nor did you mind paying for that food? All that money right there, you could have just said, you know what, I'll take half of it and put into the stock market for everything you buy. Every time you buy a TV, how about you say, hey, I just bought this flat screen because why? I don't know, because I want one. I spent $1,000. Are you willing to put $500 into the stock market? Your $1,000 TV's worth, well, not much now. As soon as you got it home, it's not even worth $500. So why do you care if you put $500 in the stock market and the $500 goes to zero? It's the same thing as your TV pretty much, right? So think about it. That's a good advice right there. Just like might as well be a member if I pay super chats. Exactly the same thing. If he's going to pay super chats, which he has done for $2, $3, and the membership is $2 or $3, then you might as well become a member. But I love it. He's a member and he paid super chat. I mean, that's real cool right there. I appreciate that too. So that is the thing that you have to think about with investing. All right. Diversification is key. By the way, Galaxy is being built as we speak. COVID delayed my closing until July 2022. I wish I had it now this week. That place is packed. Yes, man. Have you seen what's going on over there? It's like Mardi Gras. Jeez, it's off the charts. I don't know what people are charging. Yes, be a member. Exactly, Moms Davis. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you again for becoming a new member of the channel, becoming part of the Stop Struggling Now crew and nation. I appreciate it. And that also means, Moms Davis, you're part of the Emerging Millionaire Club. That's right. And by the way, I don't never talk about it too much, but I always say, Stop Struggling Now gear check. Yeah, we actually do have this gear available in different colors. Black, green, navy, or navy blue, army green, gray, hoodies. We got it all. That's right. Oh, John Ruck's official. Welcome to the membership of the SSN Nation, John Ruck. I humbly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm a member now. Exactly. Thank you so much, man. I could only talk by super chatting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, learn something new every day. That's pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you know, what does everybody want to talk about is stock markets. We're talking about crypto. And again, if you're new, please smash that like button. And what else do you have to do? Go over here to Coinbase. Use the link down below in the description. If you have not signed up with Coinbase, get your free $10 of crypto. Free $10 of crypto. All right? You don't have to do anything. Now, get your free shares of stock from Robinhood Webull, as I always say. Links down below in the description. Some of you might be saying, hey, Eric, I don't want to take risk at all. But when you invest, it's always a risk. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. You always take a risk when investing. Some of you might say, you know what, I don't want to invest in stocks, crypto. But Eric, do you just have a set it and forget it? Yes. Down below is a company called Wealthfront. It's Robo-advisor. So you just pick out whether you want to be, you know, risky, high risk, medium risk, or low risk. They invest accordingly. $500, though, is when they start doing it for you. So you have to invest $500 or more. It's free. When your assets are worth $500 to $5,000, you don't pay an expense fee. But once your account goes over $5,000, now you pay a 0.075% fee annually, which is still fair enough because you're setting it and forgetting it. You're gone on about your business. The other way you can set and forget is saying, hey, I want to invest in the stocks, but I don't want to pick like 100 stocks or 50. I want to go, so that means you got to go index funds. And like I always say, Vanguards are cool. I should say there's a lot of companies that are cool. I just always like Vanguard because they have the lower expense ratio. So, but Vanguard's cool, Fidelity's cool, ARK Invest, Kathy Wood, the rock star over the last 5 years, aided and abetted by Tesla stock going simply crazy. But she has picked other things, such as in the EV market, AI. She's picked it all, ladies and gentlemen. FinTech. She's out there. She's right with us. Plan for the future. That's what you want to invest in when things drop. We're talking about like Pelletier right now. How can Pelletier be $21? Somebody, please. All right. This is crazy. Yay, John Ruck. Moms Davis. Hello. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. So let's talk about this stock here, Pelletier. How on earth? This is crazy. You know what's happening right now? The hedge funds, the mutual funds, top 10 percenters, they're all buying Pelletier. Look at this. This is crazy. And it could drop some more tomorrow because people are getting called up right now. They got home and they're looking at their thing saying, hey, you need to add more money to your account because you borrowed against your brokerage account. They're going to have to sell. So this could continue through tomorrow, and tomorrow is Thursday. And then when Friday comes, who knows what's going to happen. So again, these are the kind of things. So you guys might say, okay, Eric, you told me about the wealth front. But so far, what are we going to talk about when we're saying, how can I save myself? Well, I'm going to say there's these stocks that I like that don't cost much, but it's like a hedge to me. And by the way, index funds generally keep track of the Standard & Poor, Dow Jones, all right, indexes. So, and NASDAQ. So Standard & Poor, Dow Jones, NASDAQ indexes. And then we have a Russell 200, which are basically mid-cap companies that you can invest in as well. But the point I'm trying to make, there's other stocks that most people don't feel comfortable with because they're called velocity stocks. And I say you should always have a few of these, especially at $6.56. Now, I'm going to be buying some in the morning, even though today at 612 and it even dropped under, did it? 610 is the lowest. I'll be buying some more today because if this drops off the cliff, anything can happen. Anything's possible, right? Because when millions of people have to sell or panic sell, then all of a sudden prices drop quick. So let's go look at last year, which I can't do. We can't get back to March can't get back to March. I wanted to show you guys last March, but I can't get there. But all I want to, hold on. Okay, let me see if I can get one other. Let's go to that's UVXY, all right? And what generally happens is when the stock market goes down, this goes up. And here's another one that's volatile. And let's see if I can pull this up from a year ago. I cannot. So here's what happened. Last year, you can see the tail end of this March 25th. But last year, around March 15th, when the stock market went down between March 15th and about March 20th, it went down 30%. This stock was only $25. It went all the way up to $900 for each $25 shares of stock. And right now, this is $12.92. And you're seeing the tail end of last year, March 26th, when it was $389, and now it's gone all the way back down. And it goes the other way. When the stock market goes up, the velocity stocks go back down, okay? So this is another way that you can hedge cheaply for any type of severe downfall, right? So if the stock market drops tomorrow, then expect the velocity to start picking up, and this will probably start rising. So that's just the way you can look at it for when the stocks are going down. All right. So hopefully that helps you out on the other side of the fence in case you start getting scared. So that way you'll have those stocks from velocity, and then you won't panic sell the stocks that you do not believe in. And by the way, you should always invest in stocks that you believe in if you can do that, because then you won't be afraid when it drops. In fact, you'll be sitting there happy it dropped, because just like me with Palantir, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm getting more. And after I review tonight, members of the channel, they can see what I'm going to be buying tomorrow under the community tab. And in fact, it's going to be a very interesting day. But I'm going to be buying some stock tomorrow because we've had this enormous drop. So I'm just saying. Now, I can only talk super chat. All right, moms. Carl Dillard's in the house. Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here, Carl Dillard, and I appreciate your support with that icon next to your name. Good evening, everybody. Hello, Carl. Victor Marrero, owning those two ETFs, VOO, exactly, will get you investing over 3K U.S. companies. Great way to diversify. Thank you so much, Victor Marrero. And I'm going to add VCR as well. And by the way, these are Vanguard funds, ladies and gentlemen. So that's where you can find these, or you just go to Robinhood, Webull, or whatever brokerage account that you trade your stocks, and you can buy the VOO, the VTI, and the VCR. All right, VTSAX, but I like these two first. That's why I always talk about them. And then VCR is next. I like those three if I'm picking Vanguards. So thank you so much for that. And he's right. 3K U.S. companies, and it caters towards the index. And ladies and gentlemen, once you understand that the index is manipulated, you have to understand. Remember, Tesla was not on NASDAQ. All right? They kept Tesla off. Tesla wasn't on NASDAQ. So when Tesla started doing their meteoric rise, that would help the index. So finally, they added Tesla because they were like, man, we keep missing out. Tesla went from 300 to 800 to 1,000. They split 5 ways, 5 to 1, goes down to 500, goes back up to 800. All that movement up would have created a tsunami in the NASDAQ. But they didn't add them when they had the first and the split. They added them after. So it's kind of like they missed out. So that's why now Tesla is like, when people start going, what's wrong with Tesla? People are concerned, because if Tesla goes down, Apple goes down, Microsoft goes down, these tech companies go down, they can move the index 5 percentage points down. That's significant on the NASDAQ. All right. So that just gives you an idea. And that's why index funds that's why people pick the index funds, because they'll remove like an IBM who's been on there for freaking 75 years, because IBM hasn't been moving up 10, 20, 30%. It's not a growth stock anymore. They're a mature company. So instead, they take IBM off and they put 2 more companies on that are up and comers, so the index can keep going up. And what happens? The index fund themselves, they buy the new companies that just got added to the index. And so what happens? The index rises some more because people copy what the hedge funds are doing. All right. For it's pretty simple. All right. It's not that they're not smarter than you. That's all I'm trying to say. They just actually are able to manipulate the market. Robert Weaver, thank you so much for the $5 donation and being here this evening. Thank you, and keep up the great job and motivation. Thank you so much, Robert Weaver. I appreciate your support. And again, thank you so much for the $5 donation, and I humbly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. We'll keep the motivation going, and that's what we do here. Part of it, because you have to invest, you have to believe, you have to be motivated. You have to understand that you're here by yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. And you are the CEO of your life. Even though the government gives out handouts, you want to still say, okay, that's cool, but they're not giving you out enough of a handout so you can just sit there and say, you know what, forget about you guys. No, you're all that little bit of handout just means just so you get a little taste, just like a drug fiend. So they know you're going to be coming back for more, or you're going to be listening to what I have to say because you're going to say, I want some more. And then you're going to be able to dictate to the people, this is what you're going to do. You don't want to be dictated to. That's why you have to have crypto. That's why you have to have stocks. That's why you have to have little gold, precious metals, because if stuff hits the fan, you want to be able to take care of yourself. Have a little extra water sitting in the fridge or outside in the garage, whatever it's going to take, a little bit of extra food that's sustainable for a month or 3 weeks or 2 months. Figure that all out. That's part of being CEO of your life, because nobody's coming to save you if things really do get bad. All right? Job just over broke. Curtis Davis is in the house, otherwise known as Mr. Financial is here. Thank you so much for being here. And once again, it looks like I missed other things. Joshua Felder's in the house with the $5 donation as well. Thank you so much, Joshua Felder. I appreciate it because you're a member of the channel as well. So making another donation is greatly appreciated, and I humbly appreciate it because Joshua Felder is now known. I've named him Mr. Crypto because of what he's contributed to this SSN Nation here on live streams. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we do it live. There's none of this, we have things scripted here. This is all live. So you can actually ask, hey, Eric, what do you think about this stock? I might not know about it, but somebody in the chat room might know about it. Or what about this crypto? I might not know about it, but somebody else might know about it. And we've had conversations, and we're going to run through it live. We're not just going to gloss over it and say, well, we don't know, whatever. I'll admit I don't know, but I want to know. I want to learn more. Part of being successful is that you must be willing to learn more. So here is Mr. Crypto. The U.S. is now blocking even more to buy cryptocurrency. Can't even buy any more BN. Whoa. Are you kidding? I knew that was coming because BNB was rising. All these other coins, they can rise because of the way they're using the interest, doing exactly what the United States government does and what the stock market does. And then that's why they're like, oh, no, you guys can't do the same thing we do. That's how we make a lot of money, and we don't tell you. Now you have people like Celsius, BlockFi, Voyager, Nexo giving people 10% on their crypto, 13% on their crypto, international people 17% on their crypto. Hell no, we got to block these guys. That's what the government does. People believe you lived in the land of the free. Well, I got news for you. Joshua Felder, let me know if, so what are you saying? You can't even use Uniswap? That's what I want to know, because that's what your favorite go-to was, Uniswap. The other go-to was Exodus. And we already know Coinbase is a government propaganda place. So we already know that they're not going to allow it. So that's how it operates around here. Hello, Robert Weaver. That's right. Welcoming Robert Weaver in the house with the $5 donation. Thank you again, Robert Weaver. And I appreciate your support. And everybody who's here, please smash that like button, because we're all trying to become emerging millionaires. All right, let's go. All right, quasi-banks, exactly. Chime has been advancing stimulus checks, new money. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's good news. Advancing stimulus checks. Woo, that's amazing right there. Payday loan on Chime. There, you know you got that $1,400 coming? We'll float it for you. For how long? A week or two. After that, you better give us back our money. That's pretty good thinking by them, especially since Chime is part of the credit bureau nonsense, because some of Chime's customers have been removed from the credit reporting agencies. A travesty. Jeez. It's crazy. So anyhow, this is no surprise about crypto. In case you're new here, can't even use Uniswap or Exodus. Well, oh my God. Here we go. This is why there are countries around the world who do not want the USA to have the world's currency. Let me ask you something. If any other country has a debt of $10 trillion or $5 trillion, you know what the United States government would do? They would say, oh, you know, your currency is about 55, 60 to 1, 60 to our $1 because your currency isn't worth much. But yet we're $25 trillion in the hole, and we're dictating to everybody else what they can and can't do. And everybody else is complying because we're a consumer nation. United States buys so much from around the world that the other parts of the world are saying, well, we can't be cut off from making trades or buying deals from American citizens. And that's literally what's been happening over the last 50 years. Ever since we got off the gold standard and we made the deal with Saudi Arabia, that's right, I'm giving a little history tonight. We came off the gold standard in 1972. Why? Because the dollar was attached to how much gold we had in the vault. When we turned that away and said, well, we don't care about how much gold we have in the vault, we're just going to print some more money. But the rest of the world was going to be like, yeah, okay, your money's worthless now. So instead, we go make a deal with Saudi Arabia and make them say, hey, you're going to back our dollar with oil. That's why the rest of the world calls the dollar a petrodollar. All right? And now you may realize why we have a desert storm while we're messing around with Iraq, even though Saudi Arabia attacked the Twin Towers, because we have to control those oil fields. And then that's why we protect Saudi Arabia and other North African countries. You heard. Listen, North African countries, educational purposes right now. Do your homework. The Middle East was not the Middle East. It was North Africa. They had to change the name to Middle East because there's riches in the Middle East. So they don't want you to think that it's Africa. All right? So that's why they changed the name. And yes, no, it wasn't changed 200 years ago. It wasn't changed 100 years ago. After 1945, it was changed. And not only was that changed, how about you live in a country and all of a sudden another country shows up and goes, we're Israel. And you're like, what are you talking about? You've seen Jerusalem in the Bible, haven't you? You do know this is Palestine, right? But no, the Allies say, well, we better get some protection over here. And we're going to call it Israel. And then everybody goes, well, why does the Middle East not like Israel? Get a clue. You take somebody's land, they ain't going to like you, just like the Indians. All right, I'm not going to stop right now because we're talking about we're talking about stocks tonight. But don't let me get started. I had to go off on that because that's what America does, ladies and gentlemen. Don't believe you live in the land of the free. You come up with something new and a way to bypass them, they're going to block your ass. All right? Like I said, I got stories. 25 trillion. Yes, exactly. And remember, we just put in another 2 trillion right now. And never mind about the leverage against that. Okay, we're in debt 25 trillion. But like I said, you guys know what loans are. So when I buy a car and I sign on the dotted line, or I buy real estate, anything that requires me to sign a contract, and the contract says I'm buying a house for $1 million. Yeah, I'm in Cali. Okay, buy a house for $1 million is no big deal. It's like, okay, craziness elsewhere. $1 million, you sign a house, but the builder has about 50 of those houses. He signed up 30 homes. He's got $30 million on contract paper. What does he do? He goes to Wall Street and says, hey, man, you want to buy this $30 million? And then they come back and they say, we'll give you $10 million for it. And now the builder says, okay, you go collect the rest of the money. I'm out. I got my 10 mil. The other guys bought $10 million, $30 million worth of assets for 10 mil now. So they're feeling good too. Guess what? Those are the hedge funds. They just don't have the $30 million contracts. They got about another 10 more, 300 million. Then they go overseas to Europe. I'm giving you the 2008, 2009 crisis situation. They go overseas to Europe and go, hey, we got grade A paperwork here. Everybody pays on time. It's worth 300 million, all these contracts. Your municipality should invest in it. Your country should invest in these funds. 300 million. We'll sell it to you for 150. And they go, oh my God, it's America, but it's a powerful nation. We'll give them that 150. What happens? 2008 happens. Crash. Now they're not getting their money. The 300 million, that's still in the system, ladies and gentlemen. That's a loan. They're not getting paid, but the Wall Street guys are out. The first guy got his 10 mil. The next guy got his 150 mil. They're out. Guess who's holding the bag? The dudes overseas in Europe are holding the bag. Their pension funds, their state funds, gone. That's right. Okay, enough. That's why you have to be the CEO of your life, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be like Melanie Bonita, Miss 21 Streams of Income. She's here once again with the icon next to her name. She graces us once again. And I always have to say it. Go to Amazon under her name. Go look it up. She has books, ladies and gentlemen, that can help you. And no, they're not these crazy nonsense books where send it to you for free and then charge you $7 for shipping. These are real books, ladies and gentlemen. You buy the books. This isn't some scam BS that some of these online so-called gurus do. These are legit books. So go over there and help yourself out. And no, I don't have a link down below. I should. Man-made, self-manufactured. I just got this from Robinhood. Prospectus potential risk associated with your investments. Advisor, share, pure cannabis. Oh, yeah. Alternative harvest. Wow. Really? Okay, John Ruck, you're going to have to explain that a little bit. All right? You got to explain that one. Are you doing any margins? Yeah, that's crazy. Can't even use it. If you want to have a good balance between performance returns and dividends, SCHD has done the trick for me. I am not familiar with SCHD. Let's go look. SCHD. Not familiar with that one. That's Schwab. Dividend equity ETF, and they give 1.65%. That's year to date. Oh, yeah, look at this. Last year, it was 42. So once again, what are we at? 90, 68, 60, 66% on our money year over year. 5 years, we're about the same. 77%. But either way, that's increase on your money, plus you're getting 1.65%. But when it was $40, that was almost 3% on your money. So again, when you invest is when the dip occurs, like right here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. March 27th last year, it was $44. Anybody who put money in last year is up 60% year over year, and you're getting your 1.6% over the year. So that is a good pick. All right. Hello, Melanie Bonita. I smashed the like button. Thank you so much, Melanie Bonita. I appreciate that. Please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't say it enough. Felder, sorry to hear. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Hello, Moms Ravis. All right. Yeah, exactly, man. We're all shaking our heads, Joshua. It's crazy out here, man. It's real in the field. You guys know I keep saying this. There's a lot of you. I can't say it enough. All my friends, pretty much 95, 96% of my friends, just like I'm sure a lot of you, work. And that's all they've done for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And while you're out here doing something, you're sitting there telling them what's happening, but they're going along life because they're trading their income for a job and their life, kind of. So they're sitting there happy going, okay, I make $3,000 a month. I make $4,000 a month. I make $6,000. I make $5,000. They're happy with that because that's the bubble. But it's only good. The bubble is only good as long as the bubble never gets burst. So when 2007 and 8 happened, bubble burst. That's why there was devastation, because people were not ready. And now here we are again, borrowing money that we don't have. And for some reason, people are just like oblivious and thinking everything's going to be fine. I suggest, like we've always talked about, yes, the stock market is cool because that's what America is. But just keep this in mind. The top 10 percenters of the wealthiest own 92% of the stock market. So just keep that in mind. That's why the stock market is major, because these guys cannot have it fail. They have every incentive to make sure you don't mess with crypto. that you don't mess with gold and silver and precious metals, that you don't mess with art, that you don't mess with collectible cars, because that money that you're putting towards those assets, like the new NFTs, that money could be going to the stock market to help them increase their net worth. And that's why year over year, that's why all the millionaires and billionaires, they increase their net worth. Meanwhile, the lower 90% decreased. All right, just think about this. So where do you want to be? You want to be in the stock market with these guys. And if you know some things, in fact, fiat currency goes down in value every time you print money, ladies and gentlemen. It's a simple thing. Just like I always said, people have heard me talk about Monopoly before. There's a set number of dollars in Monopoly board. And imagine that you are the winner and you have collected everybody's money. So what happens? First thing that happens is I'm the top 1%er. I'm the top dog. I got all the money. But guess what happens now? I have no more ability to get any more money because nobody else can pay me. That's my first problem. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to go, hey, you know what, you guys? I'm going to give you a loan, aka Federal Reserve. I'm going to give you a loan, and I'm just going to say, here's like $1,000 each. Even though when you land on my property, it's $300 every time. How long do you think you're going to be able to stay in the game still? But what's going to happen? I loaned you. Let's say I have $100,000 of Monopoly money. I loaned out $30,000 in thin air. You land on my properties because I have the majority of the wealth. You are not going to buy anything unless I sell it to you. And I might be selling you the Baltics, the lower price properties and things like that. And by the way, all my property now has doubled in price. So you're going to pay double the price, and I'm going to give you a loan. And then when you buy the stuff, the money comes to me anyhow. So that loan that I gave you for 30, I actually now are going to have 130. And because I have the majority of the wealth, you're not. And you're going to default on those houses that I just charged you double for. And I'm going to be able to foreclose on your house and get those back too. You guys waking up yet? You better be getting on that emerging millionaire train, that CEO of my life train, that train that says nobody's coming to save you train. We're still at the station. We've been putting in the renewable energy sources because we can't be going out trying to get some coal because there's going to be some engines. Those guys that are going to be trying to take our stuff because we're the ones that have the food. We're the ones that's going to have renewable resources. We're the ones that are going to be able to take care of ourselves. And they're going to be like, we need to be on that train. And once we get there, we got to take from them because we don't want to earn it. That's exactly what this is, ladies and gentlemen. So you better get on board. All right. Sorry about this tonight for this, but we're talking about the stocks. And when stocks start dropping fast, that just means other dominoes fall. And you don't want to be one of those where the domino falls on your head. So while everything is good, can play in the playground when the rules ain't fair. Exactly, Joshua Felder. And the rules always change. Ask those that was trying to do the short squeeze on the GameStop. Yeah, there's a lot of people who made millions. But then there's a lot of people that lost because when they pulled the plug, changed the rules mid-game and said, oh, no, we can't have the top 10%ers losing money. We can't have them losing billions. They stole those billions, but no. Come on, man. All right. Many people for 4 years got suspicious activity message and closed bank accounts when buying crypto until last year. Oh, yeah. Well, that happened in 2009, 2010, Curtis Davis. Like I said, a lot of people know that I played online poker and poker in person. And at the time, there was no rules. You could use your bank account. You could use your credit card. Once again, outflows to Costa Rica, outflows to the Isle of Malta, outflows to Australia, outflows to all over the world because they had the poker rooms, because the United States government, land of the free, blocked people from creating online poker rooms on U.S. soil. But United States citizens in the land of the free were able to use your credit cards, use your bank accounts and all that to load money up. Used to be able to sign up with NetTeller. So you could, NetTeller is like PayPal. Load your account. PayPal used to be able to buy into the casinos, poker rooms online. They were like, fine. But when the 2007-8 crisis happened and they needed money, all of a sudden, the government said, I'm sorry, you can't do gaming transactions, banks. So now you can't upload money. You can't use your Visa debit card. They put codes on your card. So if it goes to a gaming room, you get blocked. And that's what led to today, why in crypto, you go to Binance and it says, boop, your ISP is USA. Sorry, we can't help you. That's where it all came from 12 years ago. And that's where crypto came from, because then the guy sent me messages saying, hey, Eric, man, you could use this crypto stuff in the poker rooms, because the United States government don't know anything about it. And again, you guys know the story where I was like, whatever, I'm not going to play anymore. And I bought $10 worth of crypto at 3 cents, 6 cents. All I know it was 0.3 or 6 or 9 or something. It was under 10 cents at the time. But then I was like, well, I'm just not even going to play that anymore because I got other skills. I have other stuff going on. 7 streams of income minimum if you can get it. Or 21 like Melody Bonita, which I wish I could get. But I'm going to have to catch her. Let's see if I can catch her over the next 2 years. All right. Facts at Curtis Davis. Exactly. John Ruck. No margins. That is all the email said. Yeah, John Ruck. I was getting ready to say, if it's not margin, then it's scare tactics. They need you to sell your shares. That's all I'm saying. We all know what's going to happen. It's going to go back up. All right. I guess I got to call or email them. John Ruck. It's just a scare tactic. I'm late, but finally here. Diesel Mike's in the house. Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here in the members only chat on Wednesday night lives. So you guys who aren't a member and can't chat tonight, you're just going to have to join us on the Friday night live, which will be at 9-10 p.m. Friday night. So hopefully you'll be there. All right. Doing a little bit of advertising now, too. Melanie, I smashed the like button, too. That's funny. Some crypto people will not invest in stock market because it's not manipulated. Me, where there's a will, there's a way. There you go. That's exactly what's going to happen. Just like all this blocking with Uniswap now and Exodus. Again, America's a joke with this. People are going to go around. It's not, when they did the internet, that created the can of worms. Eric, dropping Jim. When they created, thank you, Curtis Davis. When they created the internet, that created an equilibrium. It created another marketplace. But they didn't count on the innovation of people where they'd be able to go around, through, over, and under and be able to still do something. They're still sitting there going, man, I can't believe this. We created the Federal Reserve System, just like that monopoly example I was talking about. We loan the United States government money, and then that money is actually our money. So when we sit there and buy up stuff, we're actually buying up the stuff. Same thing as the monopoly board example. That's what the Federal Reserve is. And the beauty of it is I don't even have to use my own money. I can just print money out of thin air and call it we're buying bonds. Come on. Do you think that's a good idea to actually buy and hold foreign currency like the Iraqi dinar? No. The Iraqi dinar scam has been going around for ever since 9/11, where people were like, I'm bringing some new Iraqi dinar over here. Give me some money. No. Don't mess around with none of that. If you're going to mess around with foreign currency, in my opinion, then you might as well mess with crypto. That's the way I look at it. Other countries that we went in and devalued their currency during war. Exactly. No, I wouldn't invest in any of those currencies. They've never come back up to their value. They're always going to stay there because remember who controls that. United States government's the world's currency. They get to say, hey, we want you to be 150 to 1 with just a stroke of we want you to be 150 to 1. It's crazy. Elon states when you buy a Tesla, it will not convert it to fiat. Oh, all right. Elon's talking crazy right now. He's talking real crazy with that right now. Let me ask you guys something. How many of you have bought crypto on the exchanges, or Ethereum for that matter. If you send if you try to send $73,000 in Bitcoin or Ethereum, I have no idea how much that would cost. But it's not going to be it's not going to be some little chump change. It's not going to be like $100. I can wire money to Elon, and it's only going to cost me maximum $50. Try to send him $73,000 in crypto. That's probably going to be like 6 G's or something, 5 G's, whether it's Ethereum or Bitcoin. And ladies and gentlemen, you may not understand how this actually works. Let me explain something to you. When Visa, MasterCard, American Express are able to transact 1 million transactions a second, that means you know what happens. You know, when you go to the store, you put your card in, that's a transaction. It happens right then and there. On Ethereum and a bunch of these coins, Bitcoin is known, Ethereum's known. Imagine if you went to the grocery store or any store and put your card in, and the next thing they say is, "Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. You know, you bought something for $100, but it cost you $10 for the network fee. And oh, by the way, go stand over there in the corner and wait about 20 to 35 minutes because we got to wait on the transaction to clear." Who in their freaking right mind would do that? So that's why I'm saying Elon Musk, he's crazy with that type of comment, because I'm going to send $73,000 to them. It's going to cost me damn near 7 G's, 5 G's extra. So I got to send them 78 to 79K to just pay 73 to get him 73. And when I send it, I can't sit there and go, it's done. I got to sit there and wait around 30, 45 minutes, an hour. Hey, man, you get my money? Okay, I got it, but it's now 45 minutes later. Come on, that ain't going to work. And by the way, see this right here? Bitcoin can only do 7 transactions per second. 7. Come on. That ain't going to cut it. There's millions of people around here. And so the more congested, the more adopted Bitcoin gets, the more congested the network's going to be. So the higher the fees are going to be. Come on, man. This isn't rocket science. I don't have to be in science to understand speed. Ethereum's a little faster, ladies and gentlemen, but not that much faster. That's why their network fees started going up, because as you guys know, 5 months ago, I did the FinTech review and video. FinTechs are running on the Ethereum network. So that means there's congestion on the Ethereum blockchain. So the more people are now using Ethereum, FinTechs are using them, which FinTechs didn't even exist until like 2-3 years ago. People are writing ERC20 tokens for other uses. They're on the Ethereum blockchain. So now you add like a few 100 million people around the world using the Ethereum blockchain. No wonder their fees are going up, because they too are slow. So what happens? You have something called the Lightning Network that just came out. All right. So all I can liken this to is, let's just remember what a floppy disk is. A floppy disk is Bitcoin. All right. That's the speed you're talking about. That's their blockchains. Their blocks don't even have that much memory. Yeah, I'm talking mess about Bitcoin, but there's no problem with that. I have no problem, because bottom line is, when people don't understand how something works, they invest in it and the price goes up. I'm not mad. I'm taking advantage. But sooner or later, just like there's a lot of people going around saying Bitcoin is garbage, trash, and it's going to drop. The reason why they're saying that is because if you know that there's only 7 transactions per second, you know you can't use it in real life. Unless there's another coin or another way to do it, like a Lightning Network, to bypass the blockchain and then drop down later, which is what Lightning does on the Ethereum network. So that's layer 2, as they call it. So instead of being on the blockchain, here's the blockchain. Here's the layer 2. Lightning does the transaction between the two parties, and then they go up above the blockchain and go down past, drop back down on the other side. That's how they're able to make it go faster. So they're thinking they're going to be able to use that lightning type network stuff. And so that's not 1 million transactions per second either. So that's just going to create more congestion, right? Come on. All right, Joshua Feather, let me know how I'm going so far, man. You're Mr. Crypto. All right, Elon capturing all crypto. Yeah, he's smart. He's smart. I'm not mad at him. There's two sides to every story of freedom. Take land and make rules. Exactly. That's the way of the Roman Empire. Take land, take people, charge them tax, and then we sit back and tax them till we can't tax them no more. Then we go conquer some more land because we got the monopoly game going on. They can't pay us anymore. And we ain't going to take care of them either. Come on. Yes, sir. I caught another live stream. Ronald Anderson in the house. Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. And yeah, I've been going off on this. Please smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. This is uncharacteristic that I usually talk about this type of stuff in this type of way. But I have to. You know it's real out here. This is how I have to explain to you guys because it is imperative that you understand what's really going on. Don't just go through life thinking you live in Kansas with Dorothy and thinking, oh, I got a job. Oh, I got a pension. Oh, I got a 401k and everything's going to be fine. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's fine for the top 10 percenters, the wealthiest around the world. They're going to be fine. Juice up the jet. It's no coincidence that there's a record of jet sales in 2020. They already juicing up their jets. They already have a place to go. They already have their bunker. They already have their food and supplies for a year or 2 or 3. They're leaving your ass. They're not going to be around when the stuff falls down. This is crazy to think that. Why do you think they're building rocket ships? And why do you think they're charging $250,000 to go up in orbit? Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Are you guys paying attention? What do we do? Tap, tap, tap. You're paying attention? All right. Hello, Ronald Anderson. Exactly. Thank you so much, Ronald Anderson, for being here, catching the late night Wednesday stream. I bought more shares of CC. Good man. Good man. In fact, I want to talk about that. Let's go talk about some more stocks right now because I want to see what CCIV is because I'm sure it's dropped. That's Lucid. Oh, yes. It's back in price range. Yes, yes, yes. It's dropped back in price range. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucid was up here around 58. Well, CCIV, but their special acquisition, they partnered up with Lucid. Yeah, 57 down to 22 and dropping. This is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. The future is EVs. Come on, we want this to go under 20. And speaking of the other one that I was trying to get under 20 was TTCF. That's some of these other gurus talk. Yes, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're down under 19. I remember I said, wait till we get under 20. Well, here it is. Opportunity is knocking. And after hours, it dropped to 1937. Tomorrow, it could be at 18. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the other one I've been waiting on. And yes, I already know it's 64, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is it. Remember, I was saying I was trying to wait till it got down to 64, 65. I was like, man, that's my dream point. Here we are, 64.80 after hours. And we're going to find out if it's going to go down to 60 tomorrow. And if it goes down to anywhere near their 52 week low, which this is an IPO, ladies and gentlemen. If this drops under 60 or gets near 60, I'm buying some. I haven't bought RBLX yet, but I'm excited. This is almost like bargain time, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm really confused right now. I want to move out the country now. I need my dual citizenship. Exactly, man. Joshua Felder, that's what I've been saying. Have you not paid attention? When I've done the Dominican Republic real estate videos, that is actually the plan, part of the plan. You don't have to be in Dominican Republic. You can be in another country, buy real estate in another country. The reason why you can do that is, let's just face facts. You know how the Pilgrims came here, right? You know how Christopher Columbus came over here, the terrorist. You know how these guys got here. You know what could happen. Your passport could be restricted. You don't really think you live in the land of the free, I hope, anybody, because your passport will be restricted. You're not getting on a plane leaving the country. But you can get on a ship. You can cross a border. You can go by water. So, and then in case some of you have never been to north of United States, northern states, by the way, you can just walk across the Canadian border. There's nobody there. Zero. All right? Zero. So all I'm saying, you'd be in the country illegally, the other country illegally, but all I'm trying to say is, as long as electricity is on and you have crypto, you have a way to make money. All right? But the real estate, that's why I've been suggesting get some real estate in another country. And preferably a country that has no banking relationship with the United States. That's why Dominican Republic is lovely. Not only do they not have banking relationship with the United States, what I mean by that, they're not rolling in going, hey, you need to take that U.S. citizen's money and give it to us. They're like, okay, whatever. But they are in an agreement to join the United States and the other freaking 100 countries in about 3 to 5 years. All right. With that said, 3 to 5 years, they said we'll join in phase 2 of the worldwide domination by the United States on currency. But for right now, it's a real estate that is not part of the United States system. Just like the British Virgin Islands, for instance. But see, Britain's part of they're friends with the United States. But that's one of the moves. So that's why 80 grand for a 2-bedroom, 50,000 for a 1-bedroom. You can leave United States by boat and get to the islands, man. Right? So that's part of the plan, Joshua Felder. No reason to be confused. I'm giving you the playbook, but I'm not telling you it's the playbook. That's why I'm one of America's most dangerous. All right. You need to create some merch that says nobody's coming to save you. Good idea, Melanie Bonita. In fact, the thing is, I thought about it, but when you put it on the shirt, it's like nobody's coming to save you. It might work. In fact, I think I'll do that tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you for mentioning that. I like it. In fact, I'm even thinking that might be the first one that I'm actually going to put my pseudo face on there yelling. Like, that would be a fire t-shirt. Well, guess what, Joshua Felder? Melanie Bonita, she said it. And the beauty of being the CEO of your life and running your own corporation and running everything, you can make decisions at the snap of a finger. Well, guess what? Now that the printers are in line and everything is good, by the way, my new printers, Southern Eagle, down here in Fort Myers, they're the new printers. Not that they're giving me the special deals or anything like that, but the guy who runs the place is a bona fide artist, first of all. Second of all, they have an actual special printing machine that I've never seen before, but that has nothing to do with it. The quality of their work is excellent. So that's who's going to be printing. And then the hard work equals entrepreneur. I actually owe Mr. Financial one, luckily, and he'll be getting his in about 10 days. So you guys will be seeing hard work equals entrepreneur t-shirts floating around because I'll be wearing those too. And now I'm going to put in an order for the Nobody's Coming to Save You tomorrow. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do the logos and things like that. But in the next 48 hours, I'll put in one. Thank you so much for that, Joshua Felder. Co-signing for it'll be fire. What about foreign stocks or in case of American dollar crash? This is why I also have 10% of mine in gold and silver. Exactly, John Ruck. Exactly. Foreign stocks, that's fine. That's emerging markets. That's whatever you want to do. But again, just remember that just what happened, you guys should be paying attention. When the United States blew up in 2007 and 8, it took the rest of the world with them. Because if you were here earlier, I mentioned the derivatives. When we blew up, the other countries could not collect on those derivatives that they bought from the United States. So their economy went down as well. This is why all of Europe has negative interest rates. meaning negative interest rates. What this means, in case you are brainwashed and believe the propaganda about negative interest rates, it's not what you believe, okay? You're thinking, oh, cool, I'll be able to go buy a house. They'll have to pay me to get a house. That's what you're thinking. That's not what it is. What it is if you have your money in the bank, $100, and they say it's negative 2%, that means every day you are losing 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cents every day that your money sits in the bank. So what happens? Instead of putting your money in the bank, people are going to, what else? Invest. Take a risk. Because now you're going to try to look at some investments because your inflation is going up. So that $100 is worth $85 next year. And you're sitting there going, okay, I can't leave it in the bank. The inflation is eating away that $100. So that means all I can do now is I better put it in some stock market. Can I invest in the U.S. stock market? Can I invest in the Korean stock market, the Asian stock market, the European stock market, London stock market? Where can I put some money? Oh, wait, I got to buy some real estate. I don't care. I'm buying real estate in Dominican Republic because it's only 50, 60, 100, 200 grand. Because our houses over here in Europe, $2 million for downtown London property where people used to live, and those homes used to only cost $100,000, $150,000, and people that work for the auto plants used to live there. And now who owns those buildings? Corporations, because they're the only ones that can pay $5 million, $10 million for 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot house. That's what negative interest rates does for you, ladies and gentlemen. You don't win. All that happens means the corporations get to borrow money for less. That's what it means. So that is supposed to spur the economy, but it does the opposite. All it does is create higher prices because now you can borrow at a lower rate, which means you can borrow at a higher price. If I have to pay 5% on $10 billion, and then one day they go, hey, Eric, you're paying 0% on $10 million. Well, then what? Well, let the bidding begin, because now it's just a matter of, do I really want this property or not? Because that $10 million property, because somebody else around the corner is going to go, well, since it cost me no money, I'll buy 15. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you got some research. You got that pen and pad, go research it. All right? You'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, they have YouTube videos, I'm sure, on this. All right? That's what 0% interest rates mean. That just means corporations and the top 10 percenters get to buy up more stuff for rock bottom 0% prices, just like what we're doing at Dominican Republic, just like what me and Marrero are doing at the Dominican Republic. We put, again, in case you guys don't know about the Dominican Republic, I put $1,000 down. That's what it is. Just like in America, when you write a contract, you say, I'm going to give you $1,000. Some projects say we want $2,000 or $5,000, but it doesn't matter. You're putting that down. Then they call it complete, where you put down the combination equals 10%. So I'm going to use 100,000 to make it easy. So I said, yeah, I'm going to buy it. Here's 1,000. They go, well, 10% is needed down. So I have to give them another $9,000 to equal the 10%. Then they say, okay, Eric, we want to get 30% during construction, which now means 20% is 20% of 100,000 is 20 grand. So you pay for 2 years on the 20 grand. Divide that, it's probably around $780, $750, something like that. So anyhow, you pay $750 a month, 0% interest, no credit check, no qualifying. And at the end of 2 years, you have the beautiful thing of the property went up, let's just say to 150,000, and I owe 70 grand. Then I turn around because now I have skin in the game and say I need a loan. And the guys go, sure, we'll give you a loan for 70 grand, Eric. We might, well, it's Dominican Republic, so it might cost me 5%. 6%, actually. Call it 6%. On 70 grand. So I'm going to have to pay whatever, $400 a month or whatever. So I'll take that because I'm renting it out. I'm not going to live there. Again, no credit check, no qualification, and we did it that way. That's why we talk about that. And not only did we put skin in the game, now we increased our wealth, and now we're going to have somebody else pay it off because we're going to rent it out. All right? That's what 0% financing does, ladies and gentlemen. And no credit check, just like a corporation. And no qualifying, just like a corporation. This is how you get ahead of everybody else. So if you have revenues coming in, those 21 streams of income, 5 streams of income, 3 streams of income, 2 streams of income, you should be investing it in your future. Stock market's good, but you got to diversify. Real estate, gold and silver, like John Ruck said, 10% of his portfolio. Hey, I'm not mad at him because that's one of those things. I say 3% to 5%. He says 10%. That works. You got to prepare for anything. That's part of having that armor on, ladies and gentlemen. Once you arm yourself and you're sitting there saying, you know what? No matter what happens, we win. Facts, everybody get their cut. Visa, banks, exactly. That's how it works. Amex for years was not because of fees. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's exactly the point. In fact, Visa and MasterCard used to run commercials and talk about their fees are lower back in the day because Amex fees were ridiculous. It was like 4% if you were a merchant to run Amex. And that's exactly right. That's why even to this day, you walk into some places and they're like, we don't take Amex because they charge an extra point. Depending on what your credit or what your merchant processor is, you could be paying an extra 1%. You're like, forget that, man. You're not going to do that. Everybody has Visa, MasterCard logo. Your debit card now has the Visa, MasterCard logo. It's crazy. ETH is straight robbing people. Exactly, Joshua Felder, because the network's congested. So they're just like how Bitcoin was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they were up there, the fees go from $2, $3 to all of a sudden $15 for freaking $50 transactions. That's what ETH is doing right now. It's ridiculous. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say something right now because I'm checking out something as we speak. In fact, I've more than checked something out. It's called BSV, for instance, right? What if I told you BSV does do hundreds of thousands, if not million transactions per second? It's already here, ladies and gentlemen. Right, exactly. And you're going, what's going on here? Well, what's going on here is everything that happens in America. If you have money like Elon Musk and a bunch of these companies and banks who's been buying up Bitcoin and Ethereum for the last 10 years, but meanwhile giving FUD so people won't buy it up, now you're going to know why they're going to keep telling you Bitcoin and Ethereum and run on those blockchains. They're not going to tell you to run on another blockchain. They're not going to be trying to prop up another blockchain that actually works. All right? That can do the speed that Visa and MasterCard and Amex can do. No, they're not going to talk about that. How about it? They're going to talk about that you can actually run a website on it as well? No, they're not going to talk about that either. Are they going to talk about that I can have a 100 megabyte file on their blockchain? Oh, yeah. You hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, let me get into this blockchain thing. Like I said, Bitcoin is a floppy disk drive. Remember a floppy disk drive? Some of you don't even know what I'm talking about. But a floppy disk drive only could be like a dial-up, just like in dial-up, back in the day, 14.3 kilobytes of speed, floppy disk drive, where it would only have 30 megabytes of memory, 50 megabytes of memory. That is Bitcoin. Ethereum is the CD. When they came out with the CD and all of a sudden they said, yeah, you know, this CD, it gets like 500 megabytes. It gets like 1 gig. All right. That's what Ethereum is. BSV is like a thumbnail drive that says, you know what? We got 1 terabyte on this thumbnail right here. What are you guys doing with those floppy disks and that freaking CD? And then the guys that have the floppy disk and CDs are the big guys, and they're just going, hey, man, this is the greatest and everything. Don't you guys see the price going up? Don't you see all these guys writing ERC tokens and doing all this stuff? And meanwhile, the ordinary citizen's going, hey, man, how come I'm paying like 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks per thousand for the transaction fee? And then you go, hey, what if I told you on BSV that you only pay 1 cent per like 100, per like 1,000? And it comes there like right now. Oh, we can't let anybody know about that. Right. Because my 100 megabyte picture, I can put on BSV blockchain. That 100 megabyte picture on a floppy disk drive, you know how many floppy disks I need? I need 4 of them. You guys might know. How many of you remember saving music to a CD? And then your CD would say, insert the second CD. That's what the blockchain is doing with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, enough. I'm going off. Joshua Felder, why, how? John Ruck, gas fees are insane. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, because the network's congested. You have to understand, it's just like a traffic. It's like you only have 10 cars on the freeway. What happens when you put 100 or 1,000 cars on the freeway at the same time? Just like when we get into 5 o'clock traffic. Same thing. That's what's happening on Bitcoin and Ethereum network. And they can't process fast enough, and their blockchains aren't fast enough. There is no we can fix it. But then you come up with this nonsense like Lightning that says, oh, we'll fix it. But the problem is you're giving up something. You're saying we're going to skip on layer 2. We're going to go over the top, and then we'll drop down the information on the other side. But we're going to just go between the two parties first. And then we're going to let you know on the other side when the transaction is over. So that way we don't congest the network. But we still got the same problem. The network is congested. I mean, like, this is craziness. But guess what? Some of us are fooled. Some of us believe in something else. I believe in something else. So guess what? I'm going to go down the path and find out what's going to happen. But the protocol, nobody likes. But I like BSV. And by the way, BSV is $200 right now on the coin price. Joshua Felder. Exactly. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is stock talk, but I just had to go on my little rants because I haven't come up with my rants lately in the video. So I figured tonight's a good night. And please smash that like button. If you know anything about credit card transactions, there's 4 phases: pre-authorized, authorized, reject, PIN, don't fight. Yeah, that's why credit required in the system. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's exactly right. And that's what he just described right there is exactly the problem with the Bitcoin and because their speed is so slow, they have to do the same thing because remember, the blockchain is just like memory. They have to sit there and then they send it out to the governance and all that. And it's almost a similar time, except since you can only do 7 transactions per second, try to do all these 5 things at one time. And then you have 10 people doing it. Then you have 1 million people doing it. Now you're going to be paying higher gas fees, as Joshua Felder just mentioned. Ridiculous gas fees, by the way. And so therefore, it doesn't make it a transactionable. It's not a currency, but it's not transactionable currency. It's not fast enough. You're going to have to wait 20, 30, 40 minutes for a transaction? Hell no. It's not going to happen. When you buy in Walmart, your money becomes credit. It settles 3-4 days later. It's a system. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's how the system works. And they're trying to, and that doesn't work in crypto. That doesn't work because now it's supposed to be on the blockchain. And when the system is full, we can't move through the blockchain. We can't save anything. So we have to wait until space opens or stand in line. But that inherently causes another problem, but I won't get into that because now you're going to run into what they have in stocks. Okay, I'm going to blow some other people's mind away. John Ruck, I spent 100 in gas fees with ETH alone. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Joshua Felder, that's what pissed me off I told you last week when I put money into Coinbase. Coinbase charged me some minimal $5, $10 when I put up a few $100. But when I sent it to Celsius, I was like, did this really say like $40? I was like, is this insane? I couldn't believe it. I said, wait a minute. This is crazy. Basically, what I send over to Celsius, I'm going to have to earn the interest that I earn from Celsius. I won't get back the money I burnt off in the fees until next year. That's when I was like, okay, let me go find out what the hell's going on here, because this is ridiculous. There's got to be somebody out here that's like fast. And then I find out about BSV, and I'm just like, what is going on? So now I got something coming, ladies and gentlemen. The most dangerous man in America, John Ruck, Ronald Anderson, CCIV. I bought everything that dropped, spent a lot in the last few days. John Ruck, hey, man, I can't blame you. I'm waiting for the fallout even more because people got their margin calls tonight. I think they're going to, because people are going to be selling tomorrow morning pre-market. By the way, get your Robinhood and Webull free shares down below in the description. Use the link. They're going to be having to liquidate tomorrow, but basically at 9:30 and beyond. But during pre-market, people are going to be trying to position themselves, trying to do something. Man, I just think the bloodbath is probably going to continue. I'd be shocked if it didn't. The only way it's not going to continue is emergency meeting from Powell. That's right. The Fed chair gets on TV tomorrow and goes, hey, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just backstop all your debt. No worries. Corporations and companies, we got you. Interest rates aren't going anywhere. We're not raising them. You're all good. Now the stock market will go back up. Are you talking about? Yeah, he's talking about Ethereum. He's exactly Ethereum is charging basically, to me, the same amount that Bitcoin charges, if not more, because the network is congested right now. There's millions of people on there. Everybody and their grandma making an ERC20 token, and now you have NFTs running on the Ethereum network as well. NFTs are pictures. Okay, they're like they could be 150 megabytes. You threw in 20 people trying to move an NFT through Ethereum. You got problems. The blockchain isn't big enough. You got problems. All right? You guys got to understand, a blockchain is basically memory. These guys are running on CDs. It's like, I'm sorry, you got to be in the next blockchain because we got to divide. You guys got to understand this is memory. So once you look at it as memory, then you'll understand why it slows down. Because if you have 1 million people trying to do a transaction and you only have 100 megabyte blockchain, then that means you only have so much memory that can get through in the first place. And now you have to stack people up and process. And then you can't even process 1 million people per second. So now you got problems. So how do we eliminate the problems? We charge more fees in hopes that people may use another network. And now we still make a bang and a gang of money because all those people that say, well, I'll wait 20 minutes or I'll wait 30 minutes, they're going to pay fees. So we don't have any reason to reduce the fees. There's no competition. Right. There is competition, ladies and gentlemen. They just don't want anybody to know about it. Yeah, he's talking about Ethereum. Trust me. I sent Ethereum too. That's what pissed me off the other day. And that's when I started going somewhere. And then lo and behold, I said, let me find out what this Lightning Network was. Then when I found out what they do, I was like, this is a joke. They're just running across it a layer 2 and then dropping down at the end, which means they're just, instead of starting from 1 to 10, they started at 1 and then they get to go to 20. But everybody in between is still on the network congested. So it's not like doing anything to help alleviate the problem. It's just going to make the problem worse because you're going to have more people running on the Lightning Network. And then when they have to drop in, now you're going to have a couple 100,000 people trying to drop in on the other side. Either way, you have something merging on an already congested highway. How's that working? And we have geniuses working on this stuff. But how do you figure that this is craziness? This is madness. All right? That's the way I look at it. We'll be living the expat life in 2 years from now. Pick a country, stay 4 months, then move to another country. Already planned out. There you go, Joshua Felder. There you go. But as Joshua Felder said, Victor Marrero, remember what happens when the United States government says, we want our citizens to stay here like a communist country, and they revoke your passport. Now what? All right, all I'm saying. Now, that's one of the problems right there. But luckily, you might be able to get visas. But now when you're an expat without a country, that changes everything. In other countries, people make decent living off $350 a month. Why in the use of 10 or 3K deal? Yeah, Curtis Davis. That's it exactly, man. Mr. Financial, giving up some thoughts. All right. We can leave by private jet to our private island. That's it, Melody Benita. That's how it goes. When your top 10 percenters in Smith in is welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I love the icon next to your name. What about USD coin instead of having money sit in a savings account that probably pays 98 cents interest per year? Exactly. I have no problem with USD coin. DTC earns interest. I mean, so does Gemini USD. So does Pax USD. All those earn interest. It's better than sitting in a bank account, in the U.S. bank account. And that's exactly the reason why United States has to mess with crypto, because they know that people are getting interest that the banks won't give you. The banks should be giving you the same 10%, 8%, 12% that crypto guys are doing, but they won't do it because they hoard money. They'll just tell their shareholders, hey, guys, we made $13 billion this year. How many customers do you have? Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. Oh, well, we only have a few million. Oh, so you couldn't give these guys 3% on their money? Oh, wait, it's their money that you guys are using to make the 13 billion, the 20 billion every year? But you give them nothing for using their money because they're putting money in your bank. Yeah, that's right. And by the way, give me my CEO package. Don't I get paid 115 million this year? Come on, man. That's what's happening, and that's why they're messing with crypto, because you can't. If the stock market goes down, that's where everybody starts putting their money in crypto. They start putting their money in other arenas like gold and silver, and that's why they manipulate gold and silver as well. Real estate becomes more valuable as dollar fiat crumble. Exactly, and the real estate that you have that somebody is paying you while the real estate is going down in value, that's even better. It's a beautiful thing. And then if you're able to buy more, just like the same rules apply with stocks. When the stock market goes down and you find a stock you believe in, like I believe in Pelletier, and it goes down to 21, I'm buying more tomorrow. Roblox, if that goes, well, I should be buying Roblox right now, RBLX right now at 64. But if it goes down even more, that's icing on the cake. I'm buying more of that too. OLN, by the way, OLN. When the economy goes bad, when the stocks go bad. Look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Ammunition, chlorine, Prepper Stacker Company, OLN. Notice anything funny here? Notice this is green? That's right. There's a reason. Because when the stock market and things act like they're going to go down, people are loading up. They're saying, you know what? I need some ammunition. I need some sodium. I need some chlorine. I think I better do a Prepper Stacker scenario. So their price goes up a little bit today. No shocker. You better get on board. So even at 35, I'm not saying, but you can see what's been happening over the last year as anxiety keeps sitting in. So another stock that you should be putting in your portfolio. And of course, Mr. Financial been telling me about this over the last 7-8 months, and I never picked up a share. I already have 200 shares, ladies and gentlemen, of some stuff. So there we go. We always win. Exactly, Melanie Benita. But that's just it. We win because we have streams of income. We win because like Victor Marrero does and Curtis Davis is helping people. We win because we understand what America is doing. So even though we can't be joining the 1% crowd, maybe not even get to the top 10% crowd, but at least we're not where the lower 50% are. At least we can say, okay, we have a few assets. We can make money even if everything went to hell in a handbasket. And then we can buy assets. So again, you got to put yourself in position to say, you know what, we can buy assets, or we're going to have moves where we have income coming in if we lose that. So it's like you pull levers. Just keep in mind, you pull levers. So what happens if I pull this one down and it's gone? Some of you may know I talked about this. Airbnb last year. They canceled most reservations, and then they gave us 20 to 30 or half. No, it wasn't even that. It was 25% of our reservations they got because the government gave them money last year. So they gave some of that money. And so all my reservations, they gave me 25% of the value of my reservations, which was cool. But at that point, last March or April, I made a video about this. You guys can put in the Airbnb. I showed where I made maybe 30,000, I think it was. But because of their policy that a person due to COVID can cancel even a day before arrival. So now you have everything ready. You paid for whatever needs to get done. And then somebody calls up and says, well, we're not coming due to COVID. So for a year, up until last week, I did no Airbnb reservations. Zero. Even though I possibly could. I just now started back doing them. But this is because I have other things going on. I just wasn't relying on Airbnb. I have other streams of income going. So I'm at the liberty. I could say, all right, forget that. I'm not going to waste my time or headache because I do a lot of reservations. I don't want 5, 10, 20 people a month calling me up going, our plane got canceled. Hey, oh, by the way, we have to be there 14-day quarantine because we're going to Hawaii. We're not going to be there 14 days, so we got to cancel. Why am I going to put myself through that? I was like, forget that, because I have to make preparations. Preparations cost. There's a cost involved. All right. So yes, we always win when you prepare. And that's what you should be doing right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Don't let anybody prepare for you. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people out here right now trying to give you the easy life. Sitting there going, well, give me $500. I'll tell you how to do it. Give me $1,000 and buy this. I'll tell you how to do it. Look, that same money that you're willing to give to some guru course, you should be using that to invest. The same money you gave to the guru course, you can find all that information out on the internet. All right? That's what the internet is good for. Yes, sir, you the man. And John Ruck, I need some more. Exactly. That's right. Oh, for sure. Yeah, using ETH gas fees are using it. Okay. Yeah, exactly. The ETH fees are crazy. I think the last few months I've been at like 20%, but after this dips, I'm back to 10%. Exactly. And speaking of that, let's go look at something real quick. Speaking of this, look at this. Let's go look at, I'll use GOLD right now. Here's GOLD. It went down like 8 cents today. Again, people might be saying, hey, Eric, they printed money. Gold isn't rising. The stock market's going down. Gold isn't rising. That's because they're doing manipulation, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing the same thing. When the stock market goes down, people sell. They try to move their money into a safe haven. Used to be gold, silver, precious metals. So what do? You make it where the gold, silver, and precious metals also go down. What else do? You make crypto also go down. So people will say, well, no matter where I put my money, I might as well just leave it in the stock market. That's what this is all about. You got to remember that. The top 10%ers own 92% of it. Those guys don't want to lose billions of dollars. All right? So that's the one thing that they're not going to let crash and burn. You can count on it. That's why you should put your money there. Right? All right, let's go look at what is this? SIV? That's not what I want. SLV. It must be SLV. No, not Tesla. Tesla's at 630. That's not bad. Here we go. SLV. All right. SLV, 2 cents today. But look what happened later today as the market was selling off. Notice downward trend today. See how this goes, ladies and gentlemen? That's just so you go, well, I don't think I should change my money. They went down, we went down. That fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I remember floppy disk. Exactly. Exactly. Just remember, floppy disk is Bitcoin. Slow, blockchain and memory is like 20 megabytes. Who can use 20 megabytes right now on a floppy disk? Nobody. You have apps on your phone that are 20 megabytes. John Ruck, Melanie, then the hard disk drive. Yeah. All right. Dial up was a dinosaur. Exactly, Moms Davis. 14.3 kilobytes per second. That's funny. Kilobytes per second. Yes, 4 CDs to get one record. Then DVD came. Exactly. DVD went up to 4.7, I believe it was, megabytes. Now we could put an album on a DVD. Now DVD sales were happening. And then when the thumb drive came out, people were like, why are we messing with these DVDs and CDs? I got this thing in my pocket that's like 1 terabyte. The equivalent of like 50 DVDs. Come on, man. This is what's happening with the blockchain wars. DVD were way better. Yes, you're right about that, John Ruck, because of the size. 8-track tapes, exactly, Mom Davis. That was funny as all. I feel like we're in the Matrix. We're woke. Exactly, Curtis Davis. Exactly, DVDs and Blu-ray were better than digital. What next? Exactly. That's the thing. What is next? That's the cloud storage. How can you expand memory? Cloud storage. That's why Amazon, that's why Microsoft, that's why all the big companies are in cloud storage. Once you control the cloud storage where everybody has to keep their information because you keep building and building, next thing you know, you're going to have 100 megabyte apps. Where are you going to put those? You're going to have a 500 gigabyte app. Where are you going to put that? Oh, we'll put it in the cloud. You don't have to worry about that. So that's why you have a lot of cloud storage companies around. And they're going to rise in price, which is another reason you should pick a cloud storage company. And with Amazon and then Apple and Microsoft, you win in more ways than one because they buy up the competition. So they have a growth as well as a store of wealth is the same thing. Curtis, agree, 100%. The USA system keeps you down. Everyone wants a piece of you. Exactly. As we speak right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're sitting here on the internet, you got to pay for. You're sitting here with electricity that you're using, you're going to have to pay for. And oh, by the way, you still have taxes to pay. You still have food to consume from a grocery store. You still got to wear some clothes and you still got to run some water. All that you're going to pay for. But nobody's going to guarantee you that you're going to be able to make $100 an hour. But you can best be assured that you're going to be paying for all those services I just described, whether you have a job or not. Otherwise, it'll be turned off. Isn't Robinhood being sued? Mom Davis, more than likely. Yeah, they're going to be sued. But never fear. They're part of the top 1%er club. That's why Vlad is an asshole. Because he's part of them and then he's trying to act like he's like he's with us. Like he's an ordinary citizen in OC. No, he's a top 1%er. And Robinhood, even though they're going to be sued, they're just going to do an IPO. They weren't going to do they're going to do an IPO right now. I guarantee you. It's going to be, in fact, let's go look this up. Let me go look this up. I guarantee you they're being sued because of that fiasco when they tried to save their friends. Robinhood, IPO. I guarantee you it's coming out. Oh, here we go. There you go. Exactly. There you go. If you can see it right here, Robinhood files confidential paperwork to go public. Robinhood files draft plan for IPO. You know they are. Just like you said, they're going to be sued. You think they're going to use their money? They're not going to use your money. They're going to use their shareholders' money or investors' money for that lawsuit they're about to lose. Come on. So because the Ethereum problem, many coins become congested. That's correct, Curtis Davis. Exactly. All the people that are running on the ERC20 on the Ethereum network, they're along for the ride, just like everybody running on the Bitcoin blockchain. They're all on the same tracks. Exactly. I do not have Webull or E-Trade. Or what do I use next? I only use Robinhood. Oh, but there are things I want to buy, but not on RH. I do have work stocks and family stocks, but they do the buying. Yeah. Well, just get Webull, man. Get your free shares of stock. What's the problem? Use E-Trade. E-Trade's fine. E-Trade, at least you can do over-the-counter stocks. But again, they charge $4.95 per trade. That's the only problem with E-Trade. I don't know of any over-the-counter markets that give me zero trade. Maybe Victor Marrero might know because I think he's with Fidelity or Schwab. So maybe he knows, or maybe he trades over-the-counter stocks, and but I'm pretty sure they charge a fee too. But yeah, there's just pick Webull. Just use Webull. Sign up for the paper trading and see if you like their platform. I like the Webull platform. I just like the Robinhood platform. I love. I just wish Vlad wasn't an asshole. That's what it is. I just wish he wasn't. I wish he was like, Robinhood, where I wish he would have went to the mat and said, we're going to rob from the rich and give to the poor. I wish he would have done a layer two. A layer two, what I'm describing is what Lightning Network does. Because I personally felt he had a couple of options before trying to make all the retail investors, which is us, the OCs, sell. It would have been much nicer if he would have done layer two, in my opinion. If he'd have got, I don't know legally if he could have done it, but if he could have said, you know what, everybody that wants to buy and sell within Robinhood will do the trade because they're actually they can do a trade themselves. So that's what I didn't understand. And so I understand DTC, DTCC, the clearinghouse, they said, give us 100% collateralization for GME, for costs, for what's the other one? I'm trying to think. It started with an E, but I can't remember. All these stocks, some of them I didn't invest in. Express, there was like 6 or 8 of them. They're like, oh no, we want 100% collateral now. You don't get to give us 3% or 5%. So that's where Vlad is not his fault really, because he's sitting there trading 1 million shares that they only used to have to put up like $100, $180. And then all of a sudden, these guys go, no, we want 100%. And now they're going, well, wait, don't you guys realize that those 100 shares, the stock is $200 a share now? Wait, we got 1 million shares at 200? That's $200 million that you want me to just give you to hold for 2 days? Of course, Robinhood is going to say, hey, whoa, we got to go with DTC just robbed us. They said 100% now. We don't have the funds to give them that percentage. And they just told us right now in the middle of the night. So again, he had other options. He could have told people, hey, you can't do options. Or he could have came up with a bunch of other options besides telling people you can only sell your GameStop or sell your AMC. That was crazy right there. He could have been like, no, I'm on the side of the retail guys. We're going to do it in-house. They have enough trading in-house. They could have done it and said, okay, we'll settle 2 or 3 days later. What's the problem? That's what you do anyhow. I mean, I don't get it, man. That guy pissed me off big time. He gets no love from me. But yeah, they're being sued, and rightfully so. So because the Ethereum for many coins become congested. Yes, exactly. And that's the E-Trade that we came up with. All right. Yeah, silver, more than gold, but both. These bankers are 100% suppressing the metal market, paper market, all of it. Exactly, John Ruck. That's how they do it. TKAD rejected my order at 40 a share at opening today. Oh, man, let's see what's happened with that, because that's an NFT stock, and that is something that these guys are scared of, because NFTs are a whole nother, well, let's just call it fake market. Oh, man, it dropped all the way to 36. Holy smokes. This is insane. It was up to $71 yesterday. It went down to half price today. Okay, once again, that looks like manipulation to me. NFT market is red hot. Red hot. So please tell me how the stock market has anything to do with crypto in a hot market where people are buying digital art for millions of dollars. That's what TKAT is in. their digital art company. All right. And now they drop half in 24 hours. This is crazy. No cloud for me. I have 4 10 terabyte hard drives, one for all my stuff, document, music, videos, everything. Exactly. John Ruck. Exactly how you should be. Because that cloud storage thing, you know what that means, right? Apple, government entity. Microsoft, government entity, right? All these companies are literally government entities as far as I'm concerned. You have a government contract and you're going to give them access to your cloud storage. That means they have access to information on who's ever in the cloud without a warrant, without legal. Come on. You guys better wake up. I mean, I hate to sound like this, but you got to deal with the truth. So once you have to deal with the truth, then you prepare. So then that way it's no big deal. You do what John Ruck said. I got 4 10 terabyte hard drives. Exactly. Because when you put your stuff in the cloud can be hacked. Don't be fooled. And the government's in the cloud. Don't be fooled. And that's why they get mad when Apple said we're gonna lock our phones, and then didn't want to share the code, allegedly, right? They might want to put your whole life on the cloud, 5 terabytes of data. Exactly. RH filings S1 this week. Exactly, Curtis Davis for Robinhood. Anyone going to buy Robinhood stock when they IPO? Yeah, I am. No matter how much I hate Vlad, he's going to make me some money. So I'm cool. You know, I'm still good because they're going to still operate. They have the perfect, these guys make money. They have the perfect deal. They're selling your information to Citadel. Citadel knows, okay, ladies and gentlemen, the stock market. Let's just say I'm going to buy TKAT, like Curtis Davis said, for $40. And by the way, I did buy some TKAT earlier this week. Members of the channel and the community tab, they know when I bought it, so I don't remember what the price was, but I believe it was 36 or 35 or 38. So now I'm back down to almost even, I believe. But nonetheless, I didn't sell. I'm going to keep it. But just picture, like Curtis Davis just said about the $40. So let's just say he was on whichever exchange, and we'll say Robinhood, so that's what we're talking about. We're on Robinhood. I put in my order for $40. But when I hit the button for my order, that sent a message to Citadel that says, you know, Eric Bird wants to buy this stock for $40. Well, in 2 clicks, their software is front running my ass. So they go and buy it somewhere and find $38 shares that they're going to buy to me on the back end because they're faster. And Robinhood is facilitating this BS. Go look it up. All right. The order books, they have information. They're sharing your information and what you're ordering. And also, when there's an IPO, you might have noticed on Robinhood, on Webull, that when there's an IPO, just like when Robinhood does their IPO, they're going to actually ask you if you want to pre-order some shares, even though you don't even know the share price. And people do it. They sit there and go, okay, we know. I'll give you a perfect example. DoorDash was going to come out at around $65, $85, right? Wrong. Comes out about $140. So the whole morning, people are on Robinhood, Webull, and other apps and saying, when they said, well, how much will you buy these stocks for? Well, some people put in 120. Some people put in 150. Some people put in 200. So do you think the stock's going to open at 65? No. They already know. You put it in the system. They're sitting there going, well, wait a minute. We got about 1 million people that said they'll buy for 160. We can make this go 140. That's what the cloud storage is. They're giving the information up and using it against you. 100%. Everything paper, all about derivatives. IPO stock gives you license to print paper billions. Exactly. That's all it does. All right. That is some I wanted. OTC stocks. I guess I tried both. Have great info for the OTC stocks. I could have made 50 to 200 on a few tips over the counter. Exactly. There's no over the counter. You can't do over the counter on Webull, nor can you do it on Robinhood. So that means you have to, well, as far as I know, E-Trade's the only place, because I have E-Trade. So that's the only place I don't have Schwab or Fidelity brokerage accounts. So I don't know how much it costs to do over the counter, but you can do them there. But I don't know how much, but that's the deal right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Please smash that like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, please share the video so we can help other people. All right, so I'm going to have to end this on the Wednesday night members only chat. I want to welcome everybody watching that is not a member. I thank you so much for being here. But we're about to almost end this unless anybody has any further questions or comments, because you know how we do this. We keep it open for any question, any comment, and we talk about it. Fidelity and Charles Schwab are both zero trading fee. With Fidelity, you can do fractional shares. Neither Webull nor E-Trade allow fractional shares. Okay, Victor Marrero, let me know, are we talking about over-the-counter stocks? That's what I want to know. Can we get zero fee at Fidelity for over-the-counter, OTC? Let me know, because that's major to me. That means I'll be opening a Fidelity account if they do zero fee trading. And the fact they do fractional shares, that's a thing. That should be a thing. That's what I don't understand about Webull. They should be doing fractional shares, but they don't. Trump is supposed to be starting a social media site soon and go public. Of course he is. The man needs money. No surprise there. I won't even say nothing about that. But the guy owes Deutsche Bank about 350 million. I'm sorry. Yeah, million. He owes somebody else another like 800 million. So everything he does is based on, I'm going to do something, donate to the cause, because his business is just, he runs into the ground. Because basically he's just an absentee owner and relies on other people to do stuff. Then he steps in after the other people say, hey, we got to do this because this is the best way to do it. He steps in and says, I feel a different way. We'll just do it this way. And just basically shellacks his companies. And he doesn't care. The reason why he never cared is because he was always able to get loans. Deutsche Bank laundered money from Russia. He would get a loan from Deutsche Bank. Russia would go, we backstop it. Here's 100 million, 200 million, give him his loan. All right? That's face facts. That's what the deal is. So he never had to worry about money. Now that he became president, then people started tracking his activities. And then that's when they were like, wait, what happened here? Deutsche Bank, we need those records. They're like, oh, we ain't giving you those records. You forget that. Then the U.S. in New York, which is the financial capital of the world, they go, oh, you think you're funny. All right. Well, how about if we just restrict your account in the U.S. so you can't deal with United States citizens anymore? They're like, oh, hold on. Yeah. We'll release some of the contracts. We'll release some of his stuff and how we determined how we are able to give him a $300 million loan, even though the dude is like, shows he has zero revenues from his business. Yeah. That's why people got fired. People got killed over at Deutsche Bank because they didn't want to give him the loans because it was a high risk because he doesn't make the money. And then they still gave it to him. And then these guys started talking about it and they're like, you're fired. You better get out of here. You're not on the team. So yeah, he's got problems. So he's going to come out with the media so he can get money. That's basically what he does. So all his moves are always based on donations and money from millions of people that follow him. 1 million people, well, 60 million or 50 million or 40 million or 30 million follow him. And half of those people are willing to chip in $5, $20, $100. So dude he's gotten like 200 or 300 million donated to him. Just from the fact when he said the election was rigged and I'm going to come and fight in court. So, and he got like $200 million donated. The problem is He didn't realize that that money donated, you can't actually take out and use for personal. That's illegal. So that's why he then had to go with, what do we do next? Social media site. So now you guys can donate to it. Okay, enough. On the Hall of Fame, new NFT, HOVF. I haven't heard of that one. Or have we? Because I think somebody mentioned that last week. Stock. Yeah, the stock. Yes, that was mentioned last, either it was Monday or last Friday. The HFOFV. Look, it went down today too. How is this possible? This has nothing to do with the stock market. The only way it's possible is if there's manipulation going on. What does this have to do with it? It's going down. This is crazy. But I will say the money I'm making compounding crypto is a wonderful thing. The interest income outweigh the fees, so I'm grateful for that, even though these people are giving me a hard time. Exactly, Joshua Felder. That's the way I looked at it too. The 6% I didn't like, but I still, because I loaded it up and then I realized after the fact, the fees, I was like, oh my God, that will never happen again. There's got to be another crypto out here where I can transact. And then when I found out about BSV charging like a cent, I was just like, is this a joke? And not only that, I was with somebody that uses BSV. I'll probably do a video. And he goes, hey man, I'm going to send 1 cent to this wallet. He literally, it transacted just like a Visa transaction. He hit the button for 1 cent. 1 second later, the 1 cent was in his crypto wallet. I was just like, oh man, this is crazy. And that's all it was. Oh, and by the way, the 1 cent was in his wallet at 1 cent because they only charged like a so fractional of a fee. It still was 1 cent. No gas fee taken out. There was no 0.05 or 0.02, nothing crazy like that. It was 1 cent to 1 cent because the fees are so low. So anyhow, I'm going to be doing some more stuff with the BSV because the dudes are pretty cool. They're going to actually send me some BSV into a relay.io wallet. And then I'm going to go from there and mess around with BSV. But BSV has some other stuff going for it that is off the charts. And I'll tell that in a video probably because you guys are going to be blown away because the guy's sitting there talking to me. And what you guys don't understand is I always reference myself as saying I'm one of America's most dangerous. And the reason why I say that is it's almost like in sports. So when Wilt Chamberlain was dominating in the 60s in the NBA, they used to have a lane that was only maybe 7-8 feet wide or something like that. They said, no. We got to expand the lane. That's why the lane is as wide as it is now. They had to change the rules. The free throw line, he used to lean in because he was a bad free throw shooter. They changed the rules. A bunch of rules are changed, right? The same thing happens. So when I come up with some plan, like a lot of people know, I always use this one because the one when I did the cars, and then they come up with new rules. You can't do that, even though for the past, ever since they made cars, you guys didn't care. But because a guy comes up with something and you're losing billions, all of a sudden, oh, whoa, we got to change the rules. Not only is this man enriching himself, he's enriching him at our expense. It's supposed to be the other way around. We got to change the rules. That's how they operate. So just think of life like that with what's going on with crypto. Okay? They change the rules. And that's why they want Bitcoin and Ethereum to be the number ones. All right. Let's see what else we got before we close this out. All right. We have another new member in the house. Oh, yeah. Live streams always do a little skip and 2-hour mark and 4 hours mark and 6-hour mark. Of course they do. Yes. OTC stocks also. Fidelity checked all the blocks for me. Victor Marrero. Okay. Victor Marrero. Here's what I want to do. E-Trade, they do have a refer a friend link. I'm big on that. So in some of the videos that I talk about E-Trade and stocks, I sometimes put the E-Trade link in there. What I need is please send me if they have refer a friend at Fidelity, please send me a refer a friend link because I'm signing up with Fidelity because they got fractional shares, check. They got OTC for free, check. That's the bigger check actually. Because that's the only thing that I can't get for free right now. So that's a check. And now the party starts. And now we have a new member of the channel. He joined us, JSCO, now with the icon next to his name. I want to thank you for joining and becoming a member of the channel. I humbly appreciate that. And welcome. All right? Welcome to the SSN Nation. And thank you once again for joining us. Right on. JSCO is now a member of the channel. Victor Morrell, thanks. I missed out big. I got the game stock tip with the OCC tip at the same time. I only did $350 on GameStop at 51 in Stockton, sold at $299. What I did more. Hey, John Rupp. Hey, don't even say anything. I wish I did more. The bottom line of the story is you won on something you weren't even supposed to win on. Like I said, I bought, and Friday Night Live, March of last year, we were telling people GME, AMC, and some EV stocks at the time. Carnival Cruises, RKL, all that. Because clearly, over time, once the pandemic started alleviating itself from being a problem, then we knew that those would start going up. So what if they're $5 right now? Dave and Buster's, $6, $7. What? Okay. So AMC, but it wasn't based on that I knew anything special, like it's going to go to 200 or 300, 400. No, it was just based on, I figured, okay, it'll 4 times money or 3 or 4 times its money over a year. I'll take 300% on my money. It'll go from $3 or $4 to 10, right? That's all I thought. We get bonus money. So the fact that I had to sell mine at 225, sure, the stock went up to 350, like you said, 400, but I'm not crying because I still made unexpected profits. A lot of unexpected profit just because. So you have to look at it that way. You can't always look at it. You can't win. You know, it's not one of those things. You still won, though. If you bought at 51 and was able to sell at 299, come on, man. Earning almost 600% on your money, 700% on your money in 1 year, in a lifetime. That's pretty serious. When you start divide that by 30, that's 20% a year. Anybody would take 20% a year for 30 years. I would. All the time. No problem. Hey, Eric, did you cover the Elon Musk is now at 7 Bitcoin for Tesla? Tracy Harris is in the house. Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. And of course, she's got that icon next to her name. And Tracy Harris, since you were here on the live stream, I want to personally thank you for when you drop comments under videos and you give me the support. Thank you so much. I just want to say that since you were here. And yes, we did go over Elon accepting Bitcoin. Elon wants to collect and hoard the most shares of Bitcoin because the U.S. is trying to stop U.S. citizens from BTC. Exactly. I'll agree with that because right now it's a good deal. But what you did miss, Tracy Harris, was I was explaining that Bitcoin is basically a floppy disk drive because, you know, that's what their blockchain is. It only does 7 transactions per second. It's too slow to actually be like a transactionable coin. Ethereum is also too slow. So we were just going over that. So I was telling people you might want to start studying something called BSV. Not too slow and a bigger block size. So they're like a thumbnail that's 1 terabyte. BTC is like a floppy disk drive. And Ethereum is like a CD. And then we have this thumbnail over here that's 1 terabyte that you can put in your pocket. So there's a big difference. And speed's going to matter in the long run, especially as you get more millions on the platforms, on the blockchains. Speed is really going to matter. All right. So welcome. Glad to see you, Tracy Harris. John Ruck, JSCO, welcome. Exactly. Welcome, JSCO. He's getting the love. Who does BS? No, man. You know, no. Coinbase is a government entity. They're going to be the last ones that's going to have BSV. No, you're going to, and if now, okay, I was just getting ready to say, go to relay.io, relay.io. There you go. All right. Now, I was getting ready to say you could go to Uniswap or Exodus, but now Joshua Felder says U.S. citizens are cut off. I know why U.S. citizens got cut off, and I'm going to explain. Because when I looked on Uniswap and I saw that I can swap for Cell, Nexo, Block, when I could swap for these tokens, because if you have, I'll use Celsius Network. Anybody who hasn't downloaded Celsius Network, please use the description down below. If you transfer $200 or more over to Celsius Network, they give you $30 free of Bitcoin using the link down below. All right. So now I could buy Cell on Uniswap. The thing is, I could then send Cell to my Celsius Network wallet. Cell gives you more interest, just like Nexo, their coin. They give you more interest based on how many tokens you have in your wallet. So, for example, SNX and Matic gives me 13.99% on interest on my money. I'm earning 1% per month, and it's compounded every day. And then they give it to you every Monday. But the Cell token, if you have a certain amount, which I do not, if I had a certain amount of Cell token in my account or certain amount of Nexo in my account, because on Nexo I have coins there, I'd be earning an additional 2 or 3% interest on my money. If 13% is crazy, 16% is crazier annually. Crazier just by holding, hodling. That's insane. And you have the upside as well as the downside. I got to admit, my SNX went down. It used to be $24, $22. It's down like $16, $17 right now. But nonetheless, long-term plays, ladies and gentlemen. But no, BSV, relay.io. And I don't know where else you're going to be able to get it, because you would have been able to get it on Uniswap and Exodus. But that's for sure. I know you can get it there. And I have it written down. I'm going to be doing a video after I do all this stuff, because then I'm going to be talking about it in the video about the speeds and doing the documentation for all that. All right. Hello, Tracy Harris. That's right. Can't wait for BSV info, Eric. Thanks, man. Exactly, man. Check it out. John Ruck, I've been here listening for weeks, tired of not being able to chat. JSCO, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you ever have any questions, you know how it is now. If you've been watching, you might as well ask them, because we got people that are very knowledgeable here. They're helping you out, helping out anybody, because that is it. Rising tide lifts all boats. You guys know how this works. We're trying to get out all the OCs, as I call them, ordinary citizens. That's us. We're trying to get to be a top 10%er, except we don't want to go through the pain of working for 30 years for somebody else. And then when we're 65 years old, going, oh, thank you for our pension. Thank you for that little Social Security check. Thank you. Meanwhile, 30, 40 years went by. And you couldn't just walk out the house and go, you know what, I'm going to go on a plane, and I think I'm going to go to Europe. I'm going to get on a plane. I think I'm going to the Caribbean where it's nice and warm instead of sitting up in the cold, or Florida, or wherever you want to go. You can make choices. So you can sit there and say, you know what? I make money while I sleep. I invested. I have a little cash. I think I can do a little bit more. And I don't have any bosses going, I'm sorry, you got to schedule a vacation. I'm sorry, man. What the heck is scheduling a vacation? I'm working here for you. Shouldn't I just deserve a vacation? What do you mean schedule? So you can deny me? I've been here listening for weeks, tired of not being able to chat. Thank you. I was buying super chats to talk and chat, so I pulled the trigger tonight. John Ruck, exactly, John Ruck. Welcome to being a new member of the channel as well. And let me go. Oh, man, let me see if I can see. Oh, there it is. Here we go. I actually didn't see it. There he is again. All right. I'm going to leave that there since he's a new member of the channel. Robert Weaver donated $5 tonight as well, so I have to thank him. Joshua Felder donated as well. Thank you. So, and then a John Ruck donated as well. Have to thank you all. I really appreciate the donations. And then now we had a couple new members. So JSCO, the latest, and John Ruck, also a member. Thank you. Victor, thanks. I missed out big. Oh, I got to drop it down. Okay. Let's go. He gets the welcome as well. Moms Davis, SSN Nation, we're in the house. Tracy Harris, hello as well. That's right, getting the love, man. That's what I like to see. Professor Young is in the house. Nice to see you with the icon, and he's here. Hey, Eric, I haven't been able to make the live. Got to get a new business going. Hey, man, let's go. Make it happen. BSV, I got here late. Moses Tillman, Yes, Moses Tillman, I'm going to do a video on it. But the bottom line of the story is, I'll just give you an example. Because of the transaction speed, the blockchains, the memory, blockchain, memory, just put it that way. Just think of floppy disk drives. Just think of CDs, and then think of a thumbnail. Floppy disk drive, you can only have 10 megabytes, 30 megabytes on a floppy. Then CDs came out, and they go, oh, yeah, we can have 1 gigabyte, 1.5 gigabytes on a CD. But remember when you had the music, and all of a sudden it would say, I'm sorry, you got to put in another disc. Or floppies, I'm sorry, you got to put in another disc. Then all of a sudden a DVD came out, and then you could put a whole album or a couple of albums on a DVD. But imagine if there's somebody else out there and you go, man, why you have a DVD, a CD, and a floppy disk drive when there's a thumbnail that has 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes for that matter in your pocket that's only this big? What are you carrying around them bags of discs for? You'd be like, and then you tell somebody, hey, man, these bags of discs, they're worth $50,000. You'd be like, man, get that F out of here. Who's buying that for $50,000? I got 2 terabytes on this disc. And by the way, it only costs like $50. What are you talking about? Oh, and by the way, nobody wants to use my 2 terabyte disc for $50. They want to keep buying that other crap for $50,000 or $1,800. You'd be like, have you lost your mind? Yeah, that's what the BV, there is no, I've just been talking about it, Moses Tillman, but I'm going to do a video on BSV. All right. In fact, I might even do more than that. I might have a special guest on, come to think of it. Welcome, Jay, bro. Exactly. Giving some love. Got me some Nokia 3.92. Didn't we say last stream to get a little? That's right. A little Nokia, because they have the C-band. Nokia and AT&T merged. Not merged. Sorry. Don't. It's not merged. They did a partnership because of the 5G. Because the Nokia has the C-band and their 5G works. So Nokia said, hey, man, we got to partner up on this. And that's the little exposure that you're going to have with the AT&T growth. We know how big they are. Nokia's European company. So you know how they are. They've been around for the last 40 years, ever since cell phones came out. But they've been slipping. But they're on a 5G play. So you got to have it. And speaking of 5G plays, let's go with some 5G plays. How about an ETF? Here we go. 5G, FIVG. That even went down today. But as you can see, over the last 6 months, 27 to 34, a slow rise. 5G. And don't forget your satellite companies, right? Those are our 5G plays as well. The GILT, G-I-L-T, the Global Stars, those are our 5Gs. Moses Tillman, hello, exactly. Everybody's showing some love. You only need 1 or 2 home runs like Tesla or GME or other to get free. Exactly. Eric, you are awesome. Thank you so much, Moms Davis. I appreciate it. And thank you once again for becoming a member. That is it exactly. Moses Tillman, BSV, Faster Crypto. Exactly. Exactly. Curtis Davis, hoping to be a celebrity like you. Cool name, bro. Professor Young. Exactly. Moms Davis, I agree with that. I think that's a cool name too. Technology eats technology. That is exactly true. It's a competition. That's how capitalist society is really supposed to work. You're not supposed to save the worst by blocking the best. That wasn't the idea of capitalism. It was always based on better technology, more efficiency breeds more profit. So therefore, what's happening in America now is they're sitting there blocking from the height wise. They're saying, okay, we have other things. I'm not referring to BSV. I'm referring to everything. They're sitting there staking other companies. So for instance, they have every reason to want Tesla to succeed more than they would want NEO, which is not even a US company, more than they would want Lucid, more than they would want any company to succeed in the EV space. The reason why? For the last 15 years, the United States government has been subsidizing, United States citizens have been subsidizing Tesla. Tesla made no money. But yet they would get $7,500 refund because people would buy an EV. ladies and gentlemen, that $7,500 is actually taxpayer money. So all them EVs where they got those $7,500 rebates, that's subsidizing. That's communist crap. That's socialist crap. What risk is it? It's no risk if the government's going to give me $200 million. What is that? That's not a risk. Come on. Stop playing. So that's the reason they picked Tesla. If they were to let Tesla operate like a capitalist society would, where they have to take the risk by keep dumping in hundreds of millions of dollars to make this thing work, they would have drowned. But our government gives Apple money, Walmart money, Tesla money, oil companies money. Come on. Gas companies money, oil, gas, electric companies money, all subsidized with American taxpayer dollars. Come on. Third day here, loving it. Oh, plus your uploaded video yesterday, John Ruck. Thank you so much, man. Glad you liked it. That video yesterday was based on, if that's the one, I would think it was the credit. A lot of people, we were doing My Jewelers, New Coast Direct, Ox Publishing, Hutton Chase, AG Jewelers came out, Chime Credit Builder. The credit bureaus have been messing with them. So a lot of people were thinking, oh man, I might not be able to do my credit anymore. Well, no, that's not over, ladies and gentlemen. We still have Credit Strong. We still have, those are installment trade lines, self-lender, installment trade line. But now somebody mentioned in the chat underneath that I didn't mention in the video, we have Fingerhut, which is part of WebBank. They report. You still have shopping cart tricks that you can do. So if you didn't see the last video, go see it if you need to improve your credit score. There's still ways to do it. Instead of it taking like 30 days to 45 days, it's just going to take you 90 days to 120 days. That's it. And then from that point on, it's organic anyhow, so it'll just improve. Easy, simple. All right. We just don't get the quick fix like we used to. Speed and time and money matter in the fast-paced economy. Exactly, Curtis Davis. And I liken that to energy. So see, that's what the energy is. So when you combine all that, energy matters. Speed is going to matter. Just like right now, what's happened? Why does Amazon have the lead over any store? Because Amazon figured out one day, they go, you know what? I got Amazon Prime, guys. How would you like to have your products delivered in 2 days, 3 days? All of a sudden, online shopping is not a problem. People are like, hell yeah, I'll pay that $99, $112, whatever it is a year. I can order stuff for free and now get it in 2-3 days. So that's how Amazon took market share. And then all of a sudden, they said, you know what? How about if you can get it same day? And then next, what happens? They go, we're going to have drones. And with drones, you need artificial intelligence. You're going to need chips in those things. That's some of the suppliers. Those are the stocks that you should be buying right now if they're going down. The chip stocks, the Marvel, the TSMs, the TSEMs. Even Apple is a chip company. They're going to do their own. AMD. All right. Let me go show you guys. Let's go see what happened with AMD. They were under $79. I didn't buy any. I was too busy today. Oh, it even dropped to 76 now. On after hours, it's 76.30, 76. Okay. AMD's in a buy zone. There's a chip shortage, ladies and gentlemen. NVIDIA. Let's see what happened with them. I'm pretty sure they must have went down too. They might even be in a buy zone. Well, they're at 505. Not really in the buy zone that I like, but it is what it is. Yeah, there was a buy zone earlier at 463 on that March 8th was hell. But we could be here again. March 8th, 2 weeks later, March 22nd. So now we're going to be to March 26th. Let's see what happens on Friday. Man, I wish it would go down to 463. I think my dollar cost average, because I got in late, is around 400 and something. Another Curtis Davis special. But all right, so chip stocks, okay? If you missed Monday stock, there's TSM, all right? That's a Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company. This is where a lot of laptop companies get their chips. There's a shortage. A chip ETF. I did this one on Monday. SOXL. This is what I buy. When it goes down, it kind of drops down. When it goes up, because it's 3 times the bull shares of the semiconductor. There's a shortage, a supply and demand. Somebody better figure out who's suppressing the marketplace, because chips should be more expensive, right? The car companies can't make cars because chips go in cars. All right. Laptop companies, computer companies can't make computers because the chips go in the computers. Artificial intelligence companies can't make artificial intelligence because you need chips. Drones need chips. This is why cars need, everything needs chips. But yet the price of chip companies and chips seem to be going down. It can only be manipulation. It can't be a free market. But I guarantee you what's not going down: your gas, your energy source, your SMUD, PG&E, whatever electrical energy company you have. Your cable bill's not going down. Your food's not going down. None of that's going down. Why not? That's more consumed items. Hello, just call me JSGO. Well, you're gonna have to JSCO. JSCO. Okay. Maybe I got it right. Let me know if I had it right, JSCO. I was gonna say JSCO, so we'll just call it, just let me know if it's gonna be JSCO. I'll go with that. I'll rock with that. Learning from the legend. Eric has helped me change my life in so many ways he doesn't even know it. Joshua Felder, thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. And that's the reason why I started the channel, because I was like telling my friends exactly what I was telling you. And they would always be like, what do you do? And I'm like, what do you mean? I told you what I do. Similar to what I've been doing here for the last 2.5 years. The same things I've been telling you guys. And then somebody who's been watching me for 2.5 years, they see me somewhere and they go, well, what do you do? And I'm just like, I've been telling you the whole time what I'm doing, because I'm trying to get you to come with me. So I tell you about it. And then you turn around and walk off and be like, nah, that don't work. That won't work. Nah, I don't want to risk that. I'm like, that's what I've been doing. There's no surprise. But thank you so much, Joshua Felder. That means a lot to me, because that is the reason why I started Stop Struggling Now. That's the reason why the channel is actually called Stop Struggling Now. Most people don't understand. We're not trying to flex. We're not trying to do anything here. What we're trying to do is we're trying to help everybody do what Joshua Felder's saying, that some little nugget, some little piece of information may apply to you that you can sit there and take hold of and go, you know what? I can do that 100%. Because you can't do everything 100%. You can't do everything the best. But if there's something we talk about and you sit there and grab it and go, you know what, I'm in. I'm going to go do that. And I'm going to turn that into something. Great. If it's 5 things or 6 or 7 or hell, 21 streams of income like Melanie Bonita, that would be awesome. But anything that can help you improve your life, that's what I'm after right here. And I'm so happy to hear that. That actually melts my heart, because that's the whole point. Moms Davis, thank you. That's right. And people blame capitalism. It is government's fault for all of it. Exactly. Exactly. It's not a free, just like the stock market's not a free market, just like crypto's no longer a free market. Nothing's a free market. Everything is manipulated. Gold, silver, precious metals manipulated. All of it. Just so the people that are in power, which are literally their top 10 percenters, the people in power who run the country are top 10 percenters. All right. If not top 1 percenters. So they're basically just going to hold on to what they have, and they're going to make sure that the rest of us don't ascend to the top too fast. That's why you have to change rules when people are ascending to the top. It's just like now in Congress, you have people going, hey, we got to mess with Facebook. We got to mess with Amazon. We got to mess with Apple. We got to mess with Microsoft. We got to mess with all these guys. Why? We don't control them. They're private companies. And they're out here doing damage. And they're not listening to us. So we're going to call them in here and say, hey, you're doing antitrust. I'm like, wait, I just bought the company. I had to get approval through you guys, just like Facebook when they bought Instagram. They had to get approval from the government. Now the government comes back years later after Facebook grows up and blows up, and Instagram grows up and blows up, and the company's worth billions of dollars. All of a sudden they're like, oh man, you ain't listening to us. We gave you approval. No. We think there's antitrust now. We got to have you guys come in here. We're going to start messing with. That's not a capitalist society. If it's capitalism, then why would that shouldn't even be a thing. You guys approved it, which shouldn't have been a thing in the first place. And now you're trying to get back out of it. Man, I don't care how Zuckerberg is. The fact of the matter is he's running a company and we're supposed to live in a free society. It holds on its merits. And the other thing with America is just what we were talking about the other day about the marijuana stocks. What holds true in America in a capitalist society? If I'm the top dog and I have money, and then there's a little dog that shows up and he's about to eat my lunch, you know the first thing the big dog's going to do and should do? I'm going to sit there and go, hey, little dog, I know your company's worth like $100 million, but I'll give you $5 billion for it. I'm going to buy up the little dog because he's eating my lunch down here. I take his technology, and because we have even more engineers, more software designers, we can jump on this, and we have more resources for R&D. That little thing that we just created, it ends up being worth $100 billion for us because we can scale it up faster. And now the competition is gone. That right there is how the big names did it. Rockefeller, Carnegie. The titans of the industry were buying up the competition, which now today would be called antitrust. They'd be called monopolies. They were monopolies because they were able to buy up the competition. They were making so much money. That is capitalism. Netflix, when they were not bought by Blockbuster, that was Blockbuster's biggest failure and blunder and why they're no longer around. So you want a free capitalist society, then it has to be that way. When you start acting like a socialist communist country, then that's what you are. And that's what we are in right now. The CCP is the United States of America. That's literally what it is. CCP, Communist Party, Chinese Communist Party, right? Okay, look, I've been on a little soapbox tonight. It's 2 hours and 42 minutes. This is usually a Friday night call, so please smash the like button. You want to get some more? Here's some more. CCP, I have my money in the bank in China, right? I go across and I do, let's say I run a red light. Click on the camera, because they have cameras on every freaking corner. Click on the camera. Guess what? I ran the light. That bill is $100. Because we're a communist socialist country, I get an email that says, you ran the red light. Here's a picture of your license plate. And oh, by the way, we took $100 out of your bank account. What do you mean you took $100 out of my bank account? What are you talking about? Gone, ladies and gentlemen. This is what America is with the IRS. This is what America is when they freeze your bank accounts. And you think America's different, right? Come on. Come on. But don't get me wrong. I'd rather live in America than China. All right? Let's put it that way. Thank you for breaking down the Ethereum Bitcoin slowness compared to that of BSV, Professor Tracy Harris. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, by the way, Tracy, that reminds me. This is how you stay ahead of the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that hard. Just a little bit of research. And quite frankly, it was all by accident. Now I'm going to tell you the BSV story because I have stories. And this is recent. Because that fee that me and Mr. Crypto, Joshua Feller, were talking about, because the fees that they charged me last week, I started looking on the internet going, man, how can I stop this? And by the way, how do I stop waiting 20, 35 minutes for money to move after they're charging me these stupid fees? And that's when I found out about Lightning Network, or somebody might have mentioned Lightning Network before. LBTC, we were looking at it on Friday night. And so that's when I said, you know what? Let me go over the weekend. Let me go look at this Lightning Network. So then when I found out about Lightning Network, and I thought, and to my mind, to me, it looks like it works. It will speed up that layer 2. But the fact of the matter is they still have to drop back down on the blockchain. So in essence, they're just bypassing it temporarily and then dropping it in. So I'm sitting there going, okay, it's a little faster, but you still can't do 1 million transactions. You still can't do 500,000 transactions per second. So we're still back to square one. Although for the Ethereum network, it's going to help them out. But for the overall crypto network, where we're paying exorbitant fees, getting robbed, I'm like, I'm out. So I'm sitting there looking at the Lightning Network, and all of a sudden I see this thing called BSV. And then I see this thing that says BSV, 500,000 transactions per second. I'm like, what? Hold on. Then I said, wait, these guys actually tried to blow up the network? And they actually got up to like 1 million? I'm like, that's Visa numbers. So then I go on about my business. I go to bed, go to sleep. On Monday, I go pick up CEO of My Life gear, T-shirts, SSN merch. I'm in there. I tell this guy, yeah, man, one of these days, it's going to be all about crypto. Just a comment. And he's like, crypto? He's like, man, I've been in crypto since like 2009. I've been doing like mining and all this other stuff. I said, yeah, forget all that. This is the thing, man. I was studying this Lightning Network, and then they're talking about going over the network and dropping back down. And the guy knows exactly what I'm talking about. He starts going, yeah, man, that's some BS. I'm like, wait, what'd you just say? He's like, yeah, that's BS. I said, exactly. He goes, but did you know about BSV? I said, yeah, I was reading about BSV, the transactions per second. And then he starts taking off from there. And come to find out, the guy was a miner for BSV network 4 or 5 years back. So he already knows about BSV. So then he starts this, hey, Eric, let me give you some stuff for BSV. So I got all the stuff. And then he showed me this 100 megabyte picture on the BSV blockchain. And I said, wait, you can't put a 100 megabyte picture on Ethereum or Bitcoin blockchain. If you tried to do that, that would cost you, I don't know how much money it would cost you. Plus the fact you can't even do it because their blockchains aren't even that big. So they're not going to have any space. He's like, exactly. But then he says, come here, man, I'm going to show you something. So he pulls up the BSV, the website on BSV blockchain where the 100 megabyte graphic is sitting on the blockchain. And it's moving. And I'm like, no freaking way. And so from that point on, I talked to this dude for 2 hours. And then from that point on, we got to learn new stuff. And I learned a lot of stuff. So trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty serious. And not only is it serious, if it actually ends up being adopted and people start realizing, well, wait a minute, there's something that already exists. Instead of that coin being $200, it'll be like Bitcoin. It'll start being thousands or whatever. But that's not the thing. The thing is, what if I told you, this is where things get interesting. This is where SSN Life's going to come into, but I haven't played with it yet. So once I start playing with it over the next 2 to 3 weeks, this could be major, but I'll give you guys a little preview. So as it is right now, anybody who's watching this, please smash the like button. If you like what we talk about, please subscribe to the channel. Down below in the description, there are links. These are affiliate links. Get your free $10 from Coinbase. Down below in the description, get your free money from Robinhood, not money, but free shares of stock from Robinhood and Webull. Down below in the description, okay? What if I told you that if you use a link down below, like for instance, the Coinbase, once you sign up with Coinbase, you should share your link with other people as well, because you will receive a little bit of Bitcoin for everybody that signs up. It's a refer a friend type of thing, okay? But imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine this. This is what you can do right now with BSV. All right? Hear me out real quick, because then you're going to be like, oh my God. Because this is where I went, oh my God, and the government's in trouble. Because I'm the guy the guy. So here's what happened. I'm sitting there talking, and I'm like, he starts telling me about how this you can program the BSV coins and tokens and things like this. He goes, you know, you could actually sell your T-shirts online, and you can actually program the token. Now, notice I said token. I can have my own token, right? You can program your token or program the payment center, okay? Just like PayPal, like a PayPal button. If you go to stopstrugglingnnow.com, you go to the SSN merchandise page and order, it'll say Visa, MasterCard, and there'll be a button there. Well, guess what? I can do that with the crypto also, but it'll be BSV. Only you can pay in BSV, right? So imagine this. You guys order the Emerging Millionaire t-shirt. You can program it to go ship, let's say the t-shirt costs 10 bucks. When I get paid for the t-shirt, $10 goes into his BSV account. The tax goes to whatever the city, state, or government. They get their cut. And the balance comes to me. One transaction, all parties get paid. Game over. Those links down below that you now see, those would work out the same way. So when a person signs up, let's say that's free $10, and let's say Coinbase is going to give me a free $10. Guess what? I can program it, and we can go deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody that I signed up, I could say, okay, I'm going to give Eric $5, and the person that signed up Eric for Coinbase, we're going to give him $3. So when that guy signs up with Coinbase, Eric gets his 5, the other dude gets his 3, and the other guy gets his 10. One transaction, and guess what the cost is? In that scenario that I'm talking about, 1 cent, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me, 1 cent. 1 cent. That's it. And guess what? The money's in your account as soon as they pay. 2 seconds later, all 3 of us have money. There's no waiting around. There's no explanations. There's nothing. Everybody got paid. The tax man got paid. You got paid. I got paid. The person that signed me up got paid. And guess what else? We don't have nothing else to do. And the chain could keep going if we programmed it that way, without doing anything else, and with the cost and the speed being at 0 damn near. So you can tell me that the network isn't better. All I'm saying is let me play around with it, and you guys are going to see what's going to come, because that's going to be big time. That means there's not going to be any more, like, there'll be affiliate links to go to a website, but now when you sign up, it's all trackable, and it's on the blockchain, ladies and gentlemen. There's no dispute. There is no longer, hey, this guy signed up, where's my commission check? No, I see the guy signed up. I see you got paid. There's none of that, because now the token and the program says everybody gets paid instantly. So now there's no dispute. There is nobody holding checks saying, I'm sorry, we can't give you your money today. There's none of that coming. Company's out of business. We can't give you your money. I'm sorry. We already got our money on the BSV platform, ladies and gentlemen. So once I learn about it, you guys will know. And actually, that's going to be part of SSN lifestyle. 46, never owned a credit card. New car, cash, biggest buy, no house yet. I may need to get a card, and I'm not rich. Hey, John Ruck, get a credit card, man. Start using credit. You need a credit card. The 2 biggest items you're going to buy is going to be a car and a house. So that's all there is to it. So you have to have credit. And in fact, you have to understand your cash is more valuable, John Ruck. Your cash is more valuable. You need your cash to invest in assets. You don't need your cash to invest in depreciating assets, which are not assets. So again, anybody new here, they hear my talk about a house because you believe it's an asset. Because why? It's the propaganda machine. Again, just because I buy a house, and I'll use Georgia prices. Just because I buy a house for $250,000 all cash, yes, you feel good. But try not paying your taxes, your water bill, and other things. You'll find out real quick, first of all, you don't really own your house. But I'll get past that. You just spent $250,000 cash on a house. Your house is going to cost you money. And not only is it going to cost you money, your house is going to go up, which is a good thing. Your house is going to go up from 250 to 275 to 300. We just don't know when that will occur. But the only time you can realize that gain is by selling the house. Now, everybody would say, well, Eric, I can refi, but that's a loan. But you could have done that in the first place and still have the $250,000 cash in your hand. But I'm going to go with what I started with. We went from 250,000 to 275 over the course of a year or two, probably two. And then $300,000 price. I'm just going normal. I'm not talking about this new gentrification stuff where you can buy a condo or a home for 400 grand and then next year after it's built it's 500. I'm talking about overall normal stuff. Homes only go up 2-3% a year. All right? 2 to 3% a year doesn't even catch inflation. That's the first problem. I gave up $250,000 to buy a $250,000 house. Inflation says the $250,000 house, because inflation is, I'll say 10%, it's higher than that, but we'll use 10%. That means the house is now, somebody's going to pay next year, what, $25,000 more, $275,000. That is the appreciation you're going to get, right? You're going to say, okay, Eric, yeah, I get you. It's $275,000. But what if I said I got $250,000? And by the way, I'll just use this because I got to. 3 years ago, I'm sorry, not 3, 5 years ago, you'd have put in $1,000 of Bitcoin. It would be like $14,000 right now. But okay, I'll digress. $250,000 cash. You would have earned more than 2 or 3 or 4% this year if you would have invested in other things. It could have been crypto. It could have been stocks. It could have been damn near anything. Gold and silver and precious metals in the last 2 to 3 years. If you would have had silver, like I said, in 2019 in January, it was $13 an ounce. I'm not saying you would have put all 250 on silver. But all I'm saying is that 250 would be 500. If you'd have put that in crypto, you would have already 5 times it. That'd be $1 million. Real estate is the slowest appreciation out of a whole bunch of assets that you could have put your money into. So why wouldn't you get a loan? Is my point. You would get a loan. And that's what I always say. You would get a loan. The reason why you're going to get a loan is your $250,000 payment is what, $1,000 a month? You could have put your $250,000 into a vehicle where you would have $1,000 a month coming in. Well, actually, more than that. In fact, you could have gotten dividends that pay you 10% and got $25,000 a year. And you still have the $250,000 in your pocket. And $25,000 coming in a year and paying for your mortgage. That's what the rich people do. That's why they don't have loans. And the perfect example, we were talking about Trump. Since when has he ever paid cash for anything? He never will. He uses other people's money, which is what the smart guys, top 10%ers do. Why are you going to risk your own money for something that doesn't go up that much? You're going to risk somebody else's money. And that means get a loan, use somebody else's money. That's why you use credit cards, use somebody else's money. So anyhow, that's my rant again about the cash. Don't pay cash for homes. Don't pay cash for cars. Don't pay cash, period. Use your cash and put it into a vehicle that's going to return you money, because there's inflation, 10 to 15%. So you're going to need to get 10 to 15% on your money. How do you do that? We talked about it, I hope. BSV on Voyager also. Yes, it is, Moses Tillman. Yes, it is. And by the way, you guys, Voyager link down below. You send over $100 or deposit $100 on Voyager, you get a $25 free of Bitcoin. Yes, I have the link down below. Thank you for mentioning that, Moses Tillman, by the way. All right. Intel claim they open in 2 foundries in AZ. Exactly. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's what I'm saying. You know what time it is. With Amazon Prime, they also create a residual stream of income because people are paying their monthly fee whether they buy anything or not. Exactly, Melanie Bonita. Exactly. So in fact, that's a very good point that she brings up. They created a residual stream of income by doing this. Pay us this one fee or a monthly fee, and in return, the value is 2-day, 3-day, 1-day delivery, special prices and discounts. And by the way, we just bought Whole Foods, so we'll even give you some discounts at Whole Foods and some movie tickets. And you can buy, oh, and by the way, we're going to make movies now because, hell, you know, a couple 100 million, well, not a couple 100 million, but 100 million people signed up with Amazon Prime. Now we can go over here and create our own studios and make our own videos and make our own movies, and we get to bypass Paramount, Universal, Studio Machine, and we get to keep all the money in the house for making our own movies that we're going to win Emmys with and awards. This is how you play the game, ladies and gentlemen, and this is how you should think about playing the game. Exactly how they did there. And this is how crypto kind of works, because think of Amazon Prime as a coin. And the fact that a coin says you can have your products delivered in 1-2 days because you signed up with us and you get special discounts on items you purchase, that would create a value. So what's that value? And that's how you derive a price of a cryptocurrency. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. So how much would an Amazon Prime coin be worth is the question. I don't think it's going to be 5 cents, all right, because they're doing something. That's exactly the thing. You have created a value for a person, and that's what you do with business. That's how you create streams of income and do your business, all right? James Hanna, welcome to the SSN Nation. Thank you so much for joining the channel and becoming a member. I humbly appreciate it. Thank you so much, James Hanna, and welcome to the Stop Struggling Now live stream on a Wednesday night. Regarding boosting credit scores, rent reporters are helpful too for giving you a primary trade line for 2 to 4 years equals about 50 points. Tracy Harris, thank you so much. I've heard different things about rent reporters. If they're still reporting, that is great, because I heard they were not reporting to all 3 credit bureaus. And also, I didn't realize they were that they were given that many points was possible. So that is great to hear. I didn't even really realize they were still going strong. So that is awesome information. Thank you so much for that. Clips, video card are nowhere to be found. Exactly. That's exactly right. SOXL is another semiconductor index. Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Marrero. Moses Tillman. Yes, Eric, you have been God sent. Thank you so much, Moses Tillman. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, anybody that can derive any help from any of the videos, any of the lives, anything that I say, and hopefully some of the things that I show that I do, and it works out for you, I really, that's what I'm trying to do here. Thank you so much. Maybe they made the stocks go down to get all the stimulus money, those on the fence. Hey, John Rook, no, you ain't not messing. That's exactly the point. You guys, that's exactly the point. Because all the stimulus people, they know what time it is. A lot of people said, I'm putting my money in stimulus and crypto. That's what people said. They're talking about putting their whole $1,400 into stimulus in the stock market and crypto. They know that. And again, my previous example an hour or two back when I said, hey, I control the monopoly board. And so I'm going to give you money, but you get the money, but you're going to be paying me the rent. You're going to be paying me anyhow. So here, I'll give you the loan. I don't really care. Here's the $1,400 each of you. You can all have $1,400. When I own damn near 90% of the board, I'm getting the money back. It's just making you feel good for a second. So that's what they're doing. They're going, but wait. So now if you said, if we have a monopoly board and everybody around the board says, oh, guess what? We're not going to play your game. Thank you for the money. We're going to use it to invest in the second board game, which is aka, let's say, crypto. That's where the problem comes in, because now the guy's sitting there going, wait, I gave them my money. They're not giving me rent, nor are they buying my stuff. They're over there playing their own game. How do we shut that down? Oh, how we shut it down is we just make sure their game is less valuable. Their properties are less valuable. That's all we try and do. We got to manipulate it somehow, and that's basically what they're doing. So no, you're not messing. That's what it is, man. That's why everything is manipulated. Same as Phoenix Rising, my brother. James Hanna, thank you again for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate it. Facebook is communism. Hey, man. Facebook has Facebook jail. This is hilarious stuff, man. Only in the world of fake social media stuff do they have some place where people post in a free society, and then it goes, I'm sorry, whatever you posted, we don't agree with. And people don't have critical thinking skills, so we better block it, because people, when they see a lie, they think it's real and it's truth. And when they see a truth, they believe it's a lie. They can't distinguish the two. So I think we're going to put you in Facebook hell for what you posted. This is crazy. Chips and video card are nowhere to be found. Exactly. Big bank, take little bank. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's why they merged. Anybody remember Washington Mutual? Exactly. The prototype, the idea, but the ability to scale makes you millions or billions in tech. Exactly, Curtis Davis. And that's what the game is right now in the crypto world. But they're not telling you what I'm saying. You can look it up. And when you look at the speed per blockchain, then you start realizing, you're like, Bitcoin can never work. Then you start realizing, wait, Ethereum can never work. That's why they're frantically trying to speed up the network by doing this crap layer 2 stuff and bypassing it. But the blockchain itself still has that speed. So that's what the point is. Why deal with that when there's already stuff out that's faster and cheaper? Same thing. It's crazy. You are a blessing. Never had a 700 score until I watched this channel from 560. Good God. Glad I chose the blue pill. Right on, J Sco. Thank you so much, JSCO. I appreciate that comment, man. And hey, you know what? The thing is, most people won't do it. That's the thing. And you actually did it. Most people say, well, I want to see some progress in a year. I mean, not a year, but a month, 2 months. Oh, I'll just give up because my score only went up 10 points or 5 points or not at all. And the fact of the matter is, it takes time to build something. And if time is 1 year, is that really a lot of time? No. So, yeah, man, I'm very proud of you. And that's great to hear that you persevered, stuck with it, and built your score. Because now you're in range to do bigger and better things and have other options that weren't previously available to you with the 560 score or even the 600 score. So that's a great thing to hear, man. Communism. I am disabled and still haven't got my stimulus yet because the disabled are last on the payment slips. Crap. Hey, man. Hey, it's what it is. It's socialism. That's what it is. It's Tracy Harris. What is the website to rent reporting? Yes, Moses. Thank you. I think it's called rentreporters.com, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? I think that is what it's called. So look, yeah, I think that's what it is. If it is, I'll put it up on the screen. Yeah, that is what it is. It's Rent Reporters. So there you go. Rentreporters.com. That's it exactly. That's where you go. So again, I didn't realize they reported to all three. That's weird. Oh, they don't. Okay, TransUnion and Equifax. That's who they report to. But two of the three is good because that'll improve two credit bureaus' credit scores. So that's a good thing right there. So yeah, that's a gem right there. Oh, and hold on, let me look and see. I'm pretty sure people are going to ask if you do a hard inquiry, right? Doesn't appear. Yeah, free credit score. Yeah, I can't tell if they do a hard inquiry or not. They do verification and identity of rent payments, though, which is a good thing. For a fee of $50 each, we can verify and report rent payments made to additional landlords. So you can, if you make more than one landlord payment, you can get that added as well. And then they add like a 24 months. This is awesome. I have never mentioned them in any video, but this is great. I didn't even realize that. I'm going to have to make another video now, Tracy Harris. And thanks to Moses Tillman, we found out a little bit more. This is awesome. Right on. Okay. So we got that going on. This is awesome. All right, Occupy, what's the people versus the 1%? We the people came together and were, yeah, and what did the bankers start? I won't say, but we all got to get back there. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, the 2007, 2008 crisis in a capitalist society, banks would have been gone. AIG insurance companies would have been gone. A lot of people have money, top 10 percenters, top 1%ers have money wrapped up into insurance companies, which people don't realize. So some people might have thought in 2007-8 why they go, hey, why are you bailing out AIG? Well, because they're holding a lot of top 1%ers money. They can't let them go under. They already let Lehman Brothers go under. They can't let them go under. So that's why they got a bailout money. And then the following week after they got millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in bailout money, they're in Arizona holding a retreat that costs like $25 million and giving out bonuses to their CEO and executive teams. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy. And that's our tax money that they did that with. That sounds like an affiliate program on steroids. Melanie Bonita, you have it exactly right. And that changes the whole game. So that's what I'm talking about. And guess what? It's already happening. It's not even fantasy. It's already going down. It's working already. That's right. That's what's so beautiful. Keep your cash and use a loan to lower your taxable income by deducting interest on your loan. Victor Marrero, there you go. Exactly. He even adds to the mix of why you don't use your cash. Take advantage, like the top 10 percenters do, of deducting interest on loans. Deducting interest. That's another option that you want to be able to take advantage of. And that interest, in some instances, isn't just $100, ladies and gentlemen. It's thousands. All right? Buy the dip. When does the dip end? 3 days of buying the dip? Could be. Could be. That's the part of the stock market you'll never know. But just be on the lookout for when a freaking Powell or somebody with the Fed Reserve or the Janet Yellen holds a press conference. Be on the lookout, because you know who's calling right now. They're calling. The top 1%ers, top 10 percenters are calling them because they're friends, going, hey, man, you know this went down like 3% today and it went down another 6%. And hey, by the way, you know I got like a margin of like $30 million. You know, I don't really want to give up $30 million to cover this 10%, 20% drop. Can you go on TV tomorrow and say something nice? Come on, they're all friends. Eddie, like Sherlock Holmes, gets to the bottom of mystery. Fiat, crypto, real estate. What is money? Value. Exactly. That's exactly it, man. Because if you can stay 2 steps ahead of the value and the proposition that you're going to receive from the value and the speed, which is the energy needed to drive the engine, now you have a winner. And so that's why I'm kind of excited, because while all these people are sitting there using Bitcoin, Ethereum, and paying fees, and then all of a sudden you drop a hammer down and go, hey, There's no fee for this transaction. And everybody gets paid when I get paid. Everybody's like, what did you just say? Yeah. If you become big enough, all of a sudden everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon. Well, while they're worrying about that stuff, I'm going to start a dynasty a different way. And then everybody's going to go, well, how did he do that? Well, I was studying. I was looking for a different way. And that's sometimes the way you do business. You run into a problem like those fees that Joshua Felder and I was talking about. And then you sit there and go, well, how do we solve it? And I wasn't trying to solve anything. I was just looking if there was an alternative way I can send crypto without being charged freaking $20 for every $100. So that's why it came up. And then rest is history. And the fact that I found out is just because of the fees. If Ethereum and Bitcoin didn't have ridiculous fees, I would have even settled for the $3 or $4 for every $100 or $200. That wouldn't have been no biggie. But the fact they charged this stupid $20 or something, I was like, that's insane. So that's the only reason I looked. I could have been happy, blind, and dumb, just like everybody else, because you're sitting there like, well, this is the only way we know. And I wouldn't have been searching around. But the fact they charged me these fees, I just said, no, I'm not paying that no more. Let me go find out where there's got to be another spot. There's freaking 300 or 400 or 1,000 coins or tokens. There's got to be a cheaper method. And that's the only reason it happened. And now that I found out, now I'm going to find out if I can actually make it work for what I want to make it work for. And the next thing you know, it's SSN lifestyle. You get wealthier faster by getting off the W-2 and financing your future via loan and via own business and asset appreciation. Exactly. That's exactly right. Exactly. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I got to send a message back. And hold on. I can't get out of here. Can't get off of this thing. Just a sec. All right. Sorry about that. Somebody's been trying to reach me for the last 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen. This rivals a Friday night live, just so everybody knows. We normally do Friday night lives for 3 hours, but tonight I was on my soapbox. I was here, and we still have people here, which is awesome, on different platforms, on the Twitch, on the Facebook groups page, and on YouTube. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you who want to start something new, there's a platform called HAPS, HAPPS. I'm sitting here paying StreamYard to stream to 3 platforms. HAPS is an app, HAPPS. Do not have to pay, and you can stream to these 3. You cannot stream to Instagram, but you can stream to about another 5 platforms for free. And of course, I'm probably going to use StreamYard, and I'm probably going to have to use my phone on apps, and then I'm going to be going to other platforms. So I'm going to be doing the live stream like on Friday. I might try it, where we'll all be streaming on the normal 3, and then I'm going to be adding Twitter, then I'm going to be adding Instagram and other platforms, even though I can't do Instagram. It'd have to be separate, but the other platforms, which I don't even know all the ones they do, but there's like 7 or 8 other platforms that they stream to off of your phone for free. No cost, ladies and gentlemen. HAPPS. And I got to give credit to my friend Jay King. He's the one that started streaming, which, by the way, Jay King Live has his own channel. And some people may not know who Jay King is. That's fine. But he's the one that told me about HAPS, and he started using HAPS. And then I looked into it, and I was like, wait a minute, this is free, and you can go to about 4, 5, 6 platforms. I was like, wow, that's awesome. So now you guys know about it. And by the way, Jay King, you guys heard of Club Nouveau. He's in Club Nouveau, and they're from Sacramento. And that's the reason why I know him, because I met him in Sacramento. So anyhow, so HAPS, HAPPS, by the way. In 1920s, everyone could become an investor until 29, change of the rules. Exactly. Not only did they change the rules, the roaring 20s was roaring. But remember when the Great Depression happened after that, 30, 31, 32, run on banks. Bank have people's money. They shut down the banks. You couldn't get your money out. First phase. So you're starving in the streets. Second phase, all the people who thought they were gold, silver, and precious metals, stackers, guess what? The government said, no, you can't. No, be patriotic. Give us your gold. We'll give you this funny money in return for your gold. But be patriotic because you can't use your gold. So they banned the use of gold buying and selling unless you were a collector of some sort until like about 1970. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You hear me. On a free society, a free country, allegedly, they banned you being able to buy and sell gold amongst yourselves. Come on. You still think you live in a free country? There's been no sign of a free country anywhere. But you keep reading about it and hearing it in books long enough, you start believing it. But when you look at the history of America, you find out it is not free. No, they're acting like a communist country the whole time. How are you going to ban gold and silver? Oh, they banned silver as well, ladies and gentlemen. Which is, by the way, in our Constitution, silver is currency. Not gold, silver. Okay, I'm sorry. Another soapbox thing about that. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here. And Curtis Davis does mention it. It just rubs me the wrong way when the propaganda machine talks about free and then they call other countries socialist, communist. And I'm just like, what's the difference? You guys do the same thing, except one difference is at least the communists aren't printing money, making their currency worth less. And they're not bailing out a few of the top 10 of the richest people all the damn time and having the lower people paying the tax for them. Come on, man. This is craziness. If you're going to be a communist country and block your citizens from being able to be upwardly mobile, at least admit it. That's what a communist country does. It's a class system. Communist country means you don't get to move up. You get to stay in the same squalor that you were in, your parents, your great-grandparents, and even better or worse. That's why you have people in a communist country willing to jump on a boat that's only 10 feet by 3 feet wide to go across an ocean. They're going to risk their life to go across an ocean. You think people are doing that because they're able to just move up mobily and be able to do what they want? Hell no. Well, America's just that form in a different way because they're giving you money and making you believe you're free. But in actuality, you're not. All right? So this is government talk tonight. Peace, love, unity. Cheers, everyone and all. Have a great day, all. That's right. This is a record, 3 hours, 22 minutes, and I'm going to have to end it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Melanie Bonita. And we're going to end it right now. That's why I have my silver on auto ship coming in every month. Melanie Bonita, we got to talk about this. I'm getting excited about this. Melanie Bonita, we got to talk about this now. Okay? Okay, let me say something. I'm gonna show something right here. Let me see. I'm gonna go to AppMax. All right, I'm gonna show you silver. What you think it is? It's gonna be about what do you think? 20. What's today? Oh yeah, stocks went down today. 25. I'm gonna guess 25. Oh, 25.20, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's an ounce, $25.20 an ounce. So, okay. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. This 3 hour thing, this has something to do with my video tomorrow. So, all right, $25.20. I'm going to show you something right here. So if you're buying silver, and when you're buying silver every month, if they're charging you, let's say there's a buyer's premium, right? Let's say it's $30. You're paying an extra $4, $5 per gold bar, coin, whatever it is. That would be fair, because even if I'm over here, and I'll go by weight, even if I'm over here and it's a bar of silver, it's going to cost me about 1 ounce is going to cost me about $32, $33 because they add a premium on it. So yeah, see, 1 ounce is $31.69. It's really, if you buy 1 through 19, $32. So that would be a fair price, right? So that's the question. If you're buying an ounce and it's costing you $32 or less per ounce, then that's a deal. But most of the time when you're buying on the auto ships, they don't give you those type of prices. They give you prices like $40 an ounce, $50 an ounce. Because I know somebody that was showing me a program where they are in, and they said, hey, I'm buying gold every month. And what it ended up being was they were buying like 1 gram of gold for the price of more than they could have bought more actual gold. It was almost like 3 times the price. And it was crazy. So I was like, hey, why are you buying from these guys when you could just go to APMEX or JSD Bullion or somebody like that? And it was just crazy. I was like, that they're charging you 3 times the price. So in other words, it was like, I'll use silver as an example since it's $25. They would be charging like $75 for an ounce. And I was like, that's crazy. So just make sure that you're not overpaying for the monthly auto ship, because you could just order directly from APMEX, SD Bullion, and anybody else, Provident Metals, anybody. And $99 is free shipping. If you order $99 or more, you get free shipping. So you're just going to be paying whatever. So just keep that in mind. Glad I joined the family. Hey, and JSCO, me and you, new family members. That's it. Exactly. John Hanna as well with the icon. Peace out, John Ruck. James Hanna, I tagged the wrong name. My bad. Glad I joined the family. Hey, James Hanna, me and you, new family members today. Exactly. And JSCO as well. More like $8 over spot or $15 over spot. Yeah, it's 30. It's APMEX is $32, so it's $8 over spot right now. So you're gonna have to pay $32.89 for $329 for 10 ounces. Okay, there we go. That's a good deal then. Mine is only $29.97 per ounce, but I don't have to pay for it because I referred a lot of people. So I get the free silver instead of taking a commission. Well, now, see, that's a whole nother ball game. That is a good price at that point. Okay, well, get me to the shipping. Are we at $30 all in per ounce? And you're getting mine is okay, so it is a referral type network. Normally, they don't give out that good of deals. But that's pretty good. I like it. So that means you're going to have to let me know who it is. Buy American Silver and Gold Eagles or Constitutional. Yeah. Use SD or APMEX. Yeah, all of those save the money. Go to yours. Exactly. Good night, Eric, and our Stop Starting Now family. Thank you so much again, Tracy Harris. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Sorry I got on late. Leah Dennis, 3 hours and 28 minutes. I've been on. And please smash the like button for everybody that's here. And I want to thank everybody for being here. And I appreciate your support. And if you like what we talk about, please subscribe to the channel. All right. Tonight is members only chat. So if you're watching and you can't chat, that's the reason why. You'll see everybody with the icons next to their name. That means they're a member of the channel. They hit the join button. And so on Friday night and Monday night, chat is open to everybody. And that's when you'll be able to chat. So please join us Friday night at 9:10 p.m. And we'll be talking about anything and everything under the sun. Sorry, I got in late. What's the best site to buy silver? That would be, well, APMEX, or it's almost the same. SD Bullion. Everybody's adding $8 above spot price. So it's all going to cost $32, $33 if you order less than about 20 ounces. You're going to have to order more than 20 ounces to get a lower price. So that's the deal. Or local coin dealer might be able better. Yeah, that might be an option as well. Thanks, John. Exactly. SD Bullion for price and or others. AppMex for variety. Exactly. SD Bullion might be $1 less. In fact, we can just go look. Right? Yeah, I kind of blew it, but it's all right. I'll get there. Let's go see. They're pretty much right on. They're $99 as well. Free after. Well, $199 now. For free shipping. I always go to bars, even though that may not be the best sells. Oh, here's American Eagles. That's going to be a wait list, though. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's see. You guys all here, right? Yep. Here we go. Yeah, $34. $34. Yeah, they're $9 over spot. You got it. They're at $35 for 1 through 19. So AppMex has the better price right now. They're at $32.69 for 1 through 19. So there is a variance, but it is what it is. It's supply and demand. I can't even believe you can get this. That's remarkable. Interesting. They have some? Well, okay, I'm not surprised they have some because people would have sold it to them because 2 years ago, these were $13. They could have easily doubled their money in 2 years by just selling at 26. And then these guys could be adding on their profit. So it's doable. So I guess, that's pretty cool. All right. Oh, my. Another new member to the channel. Mint Condition is what I'm going to say, but it's Mint Con. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate it. I humbly appreciate your support. You're paying with your money, and I thank you for being here. Welcome to the SSN Nation and Wednesday Night Live. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Love this chat. Moms Davis, thank you so much. Yes, moms, we go all over. Stocks, bonds. Well, we don't talk about bonds. Stocks, real estate, crypto, and the ins and outs and reasons why, the reasoning. And there's a pros and cons, and we let other people talk and put in their opinions and 2 cents as well, because we're all learning here, and there are gems being dropped by the community, which is awesome. Leah Dennis, all about the same, but each one has their own deals on things. Yeah, exactly. That's how they all do it. Some have 10 1-ounce coins for spot for first-time buyer, but silver is sold out. Yeah, John Rook, but did you see this at SD Bullion? I can't believe it. They're not saying sold out. They must have just bought like a ton of it from somebody. No. SD is cheaper. You looked up on Eagle on SD and some bullion coin on AppMex. I did a bar. Yeah. You're right. It wasn't apples to apples. Let's go get that bar. You're right. You're right about that. Let me go see what the bar price is. Okay, here we go. Oh, they're almost the same. 32. Yeah, it was 32. I think it was 32.69 at AppMex, but their generics silver bars are 30. But then again, so that's cheaper too. So yeah, either a few cents cheaper or a couple dollars cheaper if you want to go generics. So, they're notifying me. Okay, those aren't available. Okay, those aren't available. The Perth Mint Dragon's available at 35. 1+. That's cool. $30. Notify me. Yeah, they're out, except for the Perth Mint. It looks like Perth Mint at 35 is in the Dragon for the. But then if you're going to spend 35, well, the Dragon is like a collectible kind of thing. But if you're going to spend 35, you might as well get the silver dollar instead of spending the 35. Oh, sorry, you guys didn't see that. But, yeah, there's a silver Dragon. That's the only one available. Everything else is out. Notify. GE. Geiger 1-ounce 27. Notify. Yeah, that's not going to be in-house. Yeah, doesn't have any of those. Just the 35.17 for one. Each one. Available date April 2nd. So, yeah, but he's still cheaper. With the notify me's. So that's the way it is. All right. Welcome. Dope name. Good night, y'all. Good night, Professor Young. Thank you so much for being here, and everybody else. I got to run myself because it is midnight. Past midnight. Shopping depends on how many coins I have coming in each month. I'll email you the link to check it out. All right. I appreciate that. They are so close on price, all about the same. Both have American Silver Eagles or Silver Buffaloes. Yeah. I might have to get myself some Silver Eagles at that price because I haven't even seen any for a while. But I've always had a thing about the Eagles. They say $1, and when you go into the public venue, if I walk in with the Silver Eagle and I go anywhere and I give it to somebody, they just look at it and go, okay, thanks for. All right. All right. Well, mint condition. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday night. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday night on the next live at 9:10. Thank you for joining and becoming a member of the channel. But we've been on for 3 hours and 35 minutes. So everybody who's still remaining, please smash that like button. Greetings, struggling fam. So happy to be with the fam. Thank you for all your awesome info. Thank you so much for saying that, because everybody's dropping gems here in the chat room. And then hopefully you're learning a little bit from me as well. So that is an awesome thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we got to wrap this up because I'm way past the Wednesday Night Live deadline. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And you know, I know it's hard out here. And that's why we got to keep those streams of income. That's why we have to stay awake. As they say now, stay woke, stay progressive, stay in front of the curve. Because when you get behind the curve, bad things are going to happen quickly. But at least if you're ahead of the curve, you can stay ahead of the game a little bit easier. And if you drop back, at least you're just level. You're not getting left behind. And we don't want anybody left behind, ladies and gentlemen. So you have to start making plans now when times are good, somewhat good, because when they go bad, they're going to go very bad. So prepare yourself now and do what you need to do. If you're not in a position right now, then take the months, the 6 months, the 1 year to get yourself in order. Nothing's going to happen, I do not believe, in the next 6 months, a year. So you have plenty of time to do what you need to do to make sure that if SH hits the fan, then you are prepared. So with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.